to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Hello everyone, great to be with you. Our action comes to you from the Borussia Park in Gladbach. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me for commentary is the former Arsenal defender, Lee Dixon. And this is where it all starts in the UEFA Champions League. The group stage and match day one. My goodness, so much to look forward to. Well, as a team, they do have their stylistic preference, and it really is all about trying to put the opposition under pressure, making sure that they don't compose themselves. Lee, do you expect to see more of that in this game?
Yeah, pretty much. They love to press high, don't they? It's their preferred style of play, winning the ball high up the pitch. It certainly benefits their strikers. They're very good at it.
I think, Lee, we all look forward, don't we, to the various stages of the Champions League, from the group stage to the knockout stages. Each has its own dynamic.
Well, it does. I certainly get a little bit more excited when the knockout stages start, I must admit. But the group stage is an introduction to everybody, to all the teams that are in the competition. I think that's vital. You get to know the players, the teams, how they play. And then once the knockout stages start, the real excitement for me kicks in.
And here's the Manchester City lineup. Ederson stands between the posts. Raheem Sterling plays with Riyad Mahrez on the flanks. And in this tactical setup, they have just the one player in attack. Bernardo Silva. It's with Gundogan. It's a promising City move. Oh, he's given it away inexplicably. Well, not very clever defending. Opportunity to take the lead. And Kevin De Bruyne with the goal. And what a boost that will be for his side.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a decent move to evade the defender. But I have to say, after that, the keeper doesn't cover himself in glory. Near post, left exposed, and he's punished.
And so the game back in business. City ahead here. Sterling. And Bernardo Silva has it. Here's De Bruyne. And back with Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne. He's very adept at protect. Surely! And it's gone in! The team's separated by 2 goals now. You cannot say they don't deserve it.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. And it's a dream of a strike. Lovely languid style. What a goal.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored.
Well, no wonder he's delighted. They've been bossing this game up to now.
So 2-0 now.
Tor Manchester City. Die Nummer 20. Bernardo.
Gundogan. It's with Bernardo Silva. City move it forward with purpose. Bernardo Silva. Mahrez! In it goes! A 3-goal cushion, and you truly sense it's a matter of how many.
Well, let's see that strike again. First time is always very, very difficult to strike a ball. The timing has to be right, the technique has to be right, but above all, you have to concentrate on the ball as it's coming to you. You know you're not going to take a touch. Concentration is everything.
So the action continues, and City really cantering to victory here.
Die Nummer 26.
And now Kevin De Bruyne. And a good-looking ball. And a chance, Joao Cancelo. A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, here it is again, and it starts with the ball over the top, perfectly weighted, and then from that sort of range, he's never going to miss that. Easy finish in the end.
Well, you've got to say, an incredible first-half performance. That scoreline tells you all you need to know. Giving the ball to the opposition that time. Oh, lovely ball. Well, not cleared away completely. Rodri. Pass lacking precision, too strong. And with that, the first half draws to a close. Well, it's no great surprise. We sort of expected this. Kevin De Bruyne.
Again here, he knows exactly what he's doing and kids all the defenders with the cutback. And then the sheer power of the strike, really impressive. It's a thunderbolt.
the game, it's fair to say the gulf in quality between the two sides has been huge.
Raheem Sterling.
Chance for Bernardo Silva. Tremendous block. And spot on with that challenge. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Can they keep it going? Opportunity it is. And this time it's in. Fabulous goal. And just look at the celebrations.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box, just begging for someone to get on the end of it. And in the end, it's an easy finish. Lovely goal.
Well, the goal again, albeit from a different angle. A glut of goals, 5-1 it is. Mahrez. Lars Stindl. He's in behind. It's gone in! And well, he might celebrate on the back of that.
Well, there's all types of goals, spectacular headers, overhead kicks. This is a simple one, but it still adds up to a goal on the score sheet.
Well, let's have another view of that goal. Lazaro pressing as a team, and Bernardo Silva has it. It's a good-looking ball in behind. A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, we can see here it's a good finish, but really it's all about the concerted pressure beforehand. Really disciplined, working as a team to force a mistake and regain possession high up the pitch. Then they take full advantage.
Well, if there were any lingering doubts about the outcome, surely they now have been removed. And the referee is going to add on 4 added minutes. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Oh, what an opportunity. Well, not a million miles away.
Well, that was great football, Derek, using their pace to full effect, so close.
And that's an important intervention. Oh, in with a chance. And that is full-time. Really, the worst possible start, you've got to say.
That's the last thing you need.
Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel, and it's Champions League action today. Manchester City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. England versus Germany, an iconic one amongst England fans. And can City make progress in the Champions League this season? They've been terrible, haven't they, over the years when it gets to that quarter-final stage. They did, of course, once reach the semi-final stages, not under Pep Guardiola though, under Manuel Pellegrini, and City need to get out there and impress today in the Champions League. A few changes to the side. You'll see the City starting lineup on your left-hand side there. Ederson starts in goal. It's Kyle Walker, Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte at the back, with João Cancelo at left wing-back. Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in the midfield, and then Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Phil Foden up top. The likes of De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero, John Stones, Alexander Zinchenko all on the bench for City today. And the changes, of course, Kyle Walker's come in for Zinchenko, moved Cancelo out to that left-hand side. It's quite an interesting one. And also Kevin De Bruyne, of course, gone back out for Phil Foden. De Bruyne's only just come back from injury, though, so you can see why he's not starting today. And Aymeric Laporte in there as well, which will be an interesting one. I think he's a really good dilemma for City to have, Pep Guardiola as a manager to have, that he can pick between, Laporte, Stones and Diaz and rotate those three as the starting centre-backs. So you've got three very good centre-backs there, haven't you? And I think Laporte starting today is just sort of keeping Laporte happy because, of course, Laporte doesn't seem like he's very happy at the club at the moment because he wants to be a starter. That's the sort of player he is. He considers himself the big centre-back. And at the moment, Diaz and Stones have been better. But it's good to see Laporte back in there. A big start in a Champions League game. He's got to impress, hasn't he? Because if he doesn't impress, he'll be out the side. We'll bring up the two sides on screen for you here. You can see how Gladbach are going. Gladbach are going with, it looks like a back five to me, a back three. So it's Jan Sommer in goal, a player Pep Guardiola mentioned in his press conference, mentioned a few times over his time at City. Big fan of Jan Sommer. They've got Elvedi, Zakari, who looks like he's going to drop into that centre-back position, not in midfield today. A very versatile player. Bit of a sort of job interview, isn't it, for Denis Zakari, because he's heavily linked with City for next season. And he's such a versatile player, and that's one thing Pep Guardiola does love. He loves versatile players, and Zakari's playing at the tip of an attacking midfield diamond in midfield. He's a box-to-box defensive midfielder at centre-back today, it looks, with Matthias Ginter. Make up that back three. Then you've got Leiner and Benabenesi on the left-hand side. In the middle, they've got Kramer holding with Hoffman and Florian Neuhaus linked again with City. Another player linked with City. But everyone's comparing to Ilkay Gundogan, aren't they? And if City can pick up another Gundogan, a young Gundogan, I think he's only about 23 years of age, then that would be a great signing. And then no Marcus Thuram today. It's Player and Stindl up top. But that's a very strong-looking Gladbach side, I'd say, other than maybe Thuram, who you'd expect to be in there today. And Gladbach are a very good team, aren't they? They're not having the greatest of seasons. That's something we do need to talk about. If people don't know of Gladbach, that they're sort of in trouble a bit at the moment. The manager has announced he's leaving to join fellow rivals Borussia Dortmund at the start of next season. That sort of destabilised the Gladbach camp. And Gladbach sit in 8th position in the Bundesliga this season, which is really poor. 9 points off a Champions League place in 4th, where they finished last season. And currently they've only scored 38 goals and they've conceded 35 already in the season, whereas last season when they finished 4th they scored 66, so a lot more goals. There's still 13, 14 games left of the season, I suppose, but they've conceded 40 last season, so they're already only 5 goals off their defensive record last season. So clearly they've got defensive issues at the moment, and maybe that's why Marco Rose has gone with Denis Zakaria at the back today for City. If you're watching earlier in the stream, you will have seen it was the FIFA Predicts episode. If you did miss it, you can go over to our channel, and on our channel you'll see it, be able to watch it. And we give it the title Goalfest in Budapest, because of course the game today is not played in Germany due to COVID restrictions. It will be played at the Puskás Arena in Budapest. I'm not sure whether it's in Buda or Pest, if people don't know that. Hungary, the capital Budapest, there's a river down the middle and it's Buda and Pest, they're two separate places. I'm not sure which side the Puskás Arena is on, but they play there today, so no game in Germany. And if you did miss that, FIFA predicted a 6-2 win for Manchester City, so it would say that's probably not going to happen today, but we're hoping for a goal fest, aren't we? And we had one yesterday. If you're in the stream yesterday, it was a really good stream. Bayern Munich beating Lazio by 4-1. We also always ask you to put your predictions in the comments, and we've got them here. Armindu's there with a 5-0 to Manchester City. He's predicted Laway's gone with a 2-1 to City. Julie's gone with a 3-0 to City. Sophie with a 2-0. And Laway says they leak goals for fun. Yeah, they have been very poor defensively. I think that's why they drop in Zakaria back into defence. Another thing we need to just sort of touch on is the subscribers. If you've not noticed our live subscriber count there, we're on 602 subscribers. So please do subscribe if you're not subscribed, and thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed. 602 subscribers. We're inching ever so closer, aren't we, to that 1,000 subscribers, which is the big goal for us, the massive goal. And today we could see a massive game between City and Dortmund. And City can get a good lead, a couple of away goals. They can go back to Manchester, pretty much guaranteeing their place in the quarter-final stage. And Gladbach, the problem is, I think, you know, like the way he said, Gladbach do league goals. They've not been that good this season, but this is a one-off game, and one-off games are very different to league games. And I think with City versus Gladbach today, City fans, unusually in the Champions League, I know it's the one that City fans are most tense about. I think we're quite confident of this game that, we're going to push Gladbach aside pretty easy. But it depends what kind of Gladbach side turn up today. And if they could give City a really good game, and they could beat City today, it is a possibility. I just think City's attacking play, like we said about Gladbach's defence, is an issue. They've got Zakaria in there, sort of a makeshift centre-back, pretty much a back five, really, for them. And City, with the likes of Sterling, Jesus, Foden, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, all five of them like to get forward, don't they? It's so fluid, the attacking from City. I think Gladbach were really struggling, and that's the problem. City's attacking play, they attack with so many players. I mean, five there. You think, Cancelo gets forward from that left-hand side. You can see Walker, our centre-back, getting forward. You saw in the Arsenal game, the centre-back's getting forward. Rodri getting forward as well. I mean, at times, Gladbach are going to struggle because City, sometimes, they have 8 attacking players in your half. Not more. I mean, sometimes they have all 10 in your half. But most of the time, it's at least 10 players in your half putting pressure on you. And that's going to be hard to defend for Gladbach. And I mean, 8 players, even when there's 11 men behind the ball, 8 very high-quality attacking players is something you're going to struggle with. And Gladbach are going to struggle with it today. I mean, 8 reminds me of, I don't know, a spider, for example. A bit of a Harry Potter reference here. I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter, but just imagine a giant spider, 8 big legs attacking you. You and your 11, 10 other friends, because there's 11 on a team. And what can you do? You've got to, maybe attack one of the legs. And on this case, for this analogy sort of, you'd see Gladbach maybe, they'll say, right, we're going to keep Gundogan out of the game. But then Bernardo Silva's there, so we'll keep Bernardo Silva out of the game, so we'll put 2 men on him as well. And then, we've got to keep Foden out of the game. We've got to keep Sterling out of the game. We've got to keep Jesus out of the game. And there's just too much, there's too many legs on this spider, this attacking force of City to handle, that Gladbach won't be able to do it. They just won't be able to do it. And that's going to be a problem for the German side today. And it actually, just coming to mind now, speaking of sort of, 8 legs of spider, I don't know why it's coming to mind. There's actually a German saying, if anyone's heard of it, Ich glaube, ich spinne, which is an expression, a bit like an idiom, for example. It's an expression that literally means, I believe I spider, which to you, Ich glaube, I believe, ich spinne, I spider. And to any English speakers, that makes absolutely no sense. If someone came up to you and said, I believe I spider, it's not even grammatically correct. You'd be very confused by that. But that's only the literal meaning. The actual meaning behind the expression is, I think I'm going crazy, basically. And Gladbach, will be saying to their players today, Ich glaube, ich spinne, because they will be going crazy, the amount of attacking output City without the amount of attacking players that are attacking City and attacking them from City. They're going to be in big trouble today, Gladbach, I think. I'm hoping so anyway. And Pep, a positive side, is Pep haven't, sort of overthought the side today, has he? Usually in Champions League games, there's a lot of worry. If anyone has Twitter, if you want to go over to Twitter, We Are City MCFC is our Twitter. There's a lot of panic on there behind the fact that Pep was going to overthink today's game. I don't think he has. He's just gone with what he thinks is best for this game. And I think that's because of the defence. Loasis, I got a question. Do you watch the game with or without audio? Also, what happened to your friend today? Yes, so the first question, I'll answer you. We watch it without the audio. Because if I was to watch it with audio... Well, actually, the thing is, if it's just me on my own, I can watch it with some of the audio. So if there's any stats that come through, any information, I can relay it to you guys. The problem is, if I was with someone else, usually my friend that's on today, he's not being able to make it today. If he was on with me, his microphone audio comes through, this is a very technical thing now, the computer. So you would hear, the commentary from BT Sport plus him speaking, and it wouldn't make sense. So I can listen to the audio now and give you stuff when it's on my own, but when there's 2 of us, I won't be able to do that. And it can be hard not listening to the audio at times, because these little things you can pick up from the commentators. I tend to just commentate on my own. I don't tend to listen to much of the commentators, to be honest. But if there's a stat that pops on the screen or a stat they're speaking about, I might just drop the audio up a bit so I can hear it. But that's quite interesting. Gary Anthony's gone with a big scoreline, Margaret. I'm going through a 2-0 to City. Margaret, of course, gone with a 4-1 for City today. Everyone expecting a big win for City today. And that's, like I was saying, City fans are confident. And like I was saying, on Twitter, people are confident, but they were worried Pep would overthink things today. And there was a lot of people, ooh, Pep's going to do this. I'm expecting Eric Garcia at false 9, something ridiculous. But we're not going to see that today. And I think Gladbach are really going to struggle, aren't they? Nullifying this City attack. They really are going to struggle. And hopefully, City can play to the level they need to play here. And I mean, taking a 4-0 win back home just gives you, you think of the schedule at the moment. It's relentless, isn't it? Game after game. We're doing lives for these games. And I feel like I'm doing, I am doing pretty much 2 lives a week, aren't I? Just for the City games. Of course, we do other games as well for the extra stuff, the We Are City extra stuff. But there's just so many games at the moment. It's unbelievable. And I think that for City to get a big win today, you can go back to the Etihad, not relax somewhat, but just sort of take the foot off the gas a bit, play a few players, rest a few of the bigger men, and take on Gladbach and hopefully go through. Loasis, I don't see City losing, to be honest. Yeah, no one does, do they? And what's the difference between the City side now is, it's got to be that defence. If you think in previous seasons, the problem, the sort of Achilles heel City have always had is defensively. And when they were in the Champions League, Pep maybe overthought things, went and did some crazy things because he was worried about getting hit in the counter-attack. If you think of Lyon last year, which was an absolute disgrace, I'm glad I didn't do a commentary on that game because it was so irritating to watch. He overthought it massively, but he overthought it in a way that he was worried about the defence because the defence wasn't sorted. So he played an extra man at the back. He played this 5 at the back, which the players weren't used to. And mentally, I think it messed with the players as well. Today, he doesn't have to do that anymore. He's got a solid defence. He can play the way he wants City to play. And he knows the defence is going to do it. And City can now, sort of, if they get a goal against Gladbach and go 1-0 up, you're pretty confident, are you, as a fan, that we'll hold on to this game. That's fine. We'll win 1-0. We don't need to score more than 1 goal at the moment. And that just shows the quality that Ruben Dias has. He's come in and made a massive, massive difference for Manchester City, hasn't it? Absolutely incredible work from Ruben Dias at centre-back. And the players are out on the pitch now. Champions League anthem plays. Obviously, you can't hear that. You actually get copyright strikes and your video taken down for playing the Champions League anthem on YouTube, which is a bit frustrating at times. But the sides are ready to play, and this is going to be a tough game for Gladbach, and hopefully a really good performance from Manchester City. So they are going with the back 3 now. The graphics from the Champions League were actually going with a back 4, saying that Zakari was in the midfield and there was Florian Neuhaus on the right wing for Gladbach. It's changed now. They've said it's going to be a back 3 or a back 5 pretty much for Gladbach, and I think they're not really a side that are going to sit back and absorb pressure, but they've got that ability on the counter. The captain Stindl's a very tidy player. I would personally have gone with Thuram today just because of his pace. He's strong as well, isn't he? But he's so quick and he's technically very gifted. Takes players on really well. I would have gone with him up top with Alessandro Player today, but they've gone with Stindl because he is the captain. You expect him to play an experienced face in that Gladbach side. And I don't think they will cause City problems, but we'll have to see. Andrew says 1-0 to City. Gary says my other says 6-1 for City. Wow, well, everyone is very confident today, which is good to see, I suppose. Very good to see. And we'll recap the City side, of course. So it's Ederson in goal, a back 4 of Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Joao Cancelo. They've got Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo in the middle, and then Foden, Jesus and Sterling up top. The likes of, De Bruyne, Aguero, Stones, Torres, Mendy, Fernandinho, Mahrez, Zinchenko, Garcia, Doyle, Carson, Stefan on the bench. How many other clubs in world football have a bench as good as that? Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, to name some of the attacking players. That is really good. And Rose and Guardiola have a bit of a talk there. It's a big shame for Gladbach because it seems like the announcement of the movement from Rose to Dortmund at the start of next season has sort of caused them a few problems, destabilised Gladbach even more so from this season. But we'll see how today's game goes. We're very, very close to kick-off here. The referee whistle in his mouth. A Portuguese referee today, whose last name is Diaz. So maybe he's a relation of Ruben Diaz and he can be on City's side today. A bit hit and miss the UEFA referees, similar to the Premier League referees, who tend to always be miss. And kick-off is underway. Manchester City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. City kicking from right to left, and Gladbach have got no home advantage. Not that there is anyway without the fans, but they're not a familiar ground, are they, at home today, considering they're playing in Budapest. And here is Aymeric Laporte for Manchester City. And of course, if you want to hear us commentate over the game, then just turn off the audio on the game and listen to me instead. Time up your clock with our clock. We might be a little bit behind you. Gary Ramsden says hi. Wow. Well, the person must be a glass half full person. Definitely to predict a 6-1 win for City. Very positive City fan there. Gundogan's down here, but looks like nothing, just a tackle on him. And Loasis, 602 subs. Well done. Growing slowly but gradually. Thank you very much, Loasis. Hopefully we can continue with the growth in the channel. Of course, you see some of these YouTube channels, don't you, that are gaining 1,000 subs a day, or I think is it Mr. Beast or whatever, that grows by 1 million a month. You know, these are ridiculous numbers, aren't they? 1 minute into today's game, not much has happened, to be honest. And it isn't looking like a 5 at the back. It's looking like Zakaria is in the midfield here. It's just the Elvedi and Ginter at the back. Dennis Zakaria is playing sort of attacking midfield. Clearance away by the Gladbach player. Rodri back into possession to Kyle Walker, and here's Ruben Diaz for Manchester City. And Laporte, of course, back in there today, like we said. Pep trying to keep him happy, it seems. Did speak in his press conference about players at the end of the season that might feel like they're not happy with not playing and want to leave. I think it was centred around the future of Aymeric Laporte. I mean, of course, we don't want Laporte to leave the club, but he can't have it all his way, can he, unfortunately? If he's not the best, he can't play for the club. It's got to be Stones and Diaz if they're playing better. Here's Ederson. Into Aymeric Laporte. Cancelo drop into midfield like we expected. Gundogan on this left-hand side. Zakaria definitely playing in midfield, sort of holding alongside Kramer. It's a strange formation from Gladbach. Bernardo Silva's give the ball away very cheaply here. Well, Gladbach give it us back. Sterling on this right-hand side. Here comes Raheem Sterling. Great play. Rodri into Gundogan. Cancelo overlapping just on the inside of him on the left. Here's João Cancelo. Wide to Phil Foden. He goes on this left-hand side. City on their first attack of the game now. Cancelo. Ball into the box, and too much curl on that one. Straight into the hands of the Swiss goalkeeper Jan Sommer. A big Swiss support in the Gladbach team today, isn't there? Elvedi, Sommer, Zakaria. Loasis looks a bit more congested in midfield. Yeah, I think they have played Zakaria in the midfield with Kramer, with Neuhaus, you know, with those sorts of players to sort of crowd out that midfield because they know Cancelo wants to go in there. And Pep loves, you know, outmanning people in the midfield. And he might be looking at this and thinking, we need to get another man in there. We know what he's like for that. Here's Elvedi. Lima, back to Elvedi. Or is it Ginter? Ginter sends it long. Oh, good touch. Stindl. Oh, Laporte intercepts it well, but he was offside, I think. The Hoffman, the winger for Gladbach. But Laporte, good job he intercepted it. Ederson into Ruben Diaz. Ederson again. Ederson playing pretty much as a left-sided centre-back at the moment here. Into Laporte. Gundogan. Little flick over Hoffman's head and back to Aymeric Laporte. City controlling possession. Gladbach love a press though, and they are pressing City here. Laporte. Calmly done. Good pass into Rodri. Well played, Aymeric Laporte. Rodri brings the ball forward for City. Got Walker on the far right-hand side. Oh, it's an over-it pass by Rodri, but Walker gets on the end of it. Good pace shown by Walker. And he's bursting forward here, Kyle Walker. Looks to give it wide to Bernardo Silva. It's a poor pass, but he's won it back. Great work from the Englishman. Walker pushed and pulled. Great physicality shown. Wide to Sterling. Sterling. Down the line. Still going Sterling. And he's dribbling it out for a goal kick. Should have crossed it earlier there. Sterling was waiting for the opportunity to try and get the ball in. And Elvedi did really well to watch him as he dribbled out. Sterling, of course, on the right-hand side, not the left-hand side. I think Pep assumed they'd be going with that sort of 5 at the back as well. And Pep likes to say, you know, he plays the wingers high and wide. A left footer on the left and a right footer on the right. when teams go with a fight at the back. Of course, it's not a fight at the back for Gladbach today like we expected. Here's Rodri. Wide to Raheem Sterling. The width's going to be very important today. Like Lois in the comments, the midfield is very congested. So the width is going to be very, very important for City. Diaz out wide to Foden, who just keeps it in. Nods it down to Laporte. Great skill from Aymeric Laporte. Backwards he goes into Joao Cancelo. Rodri. Here is Bernardo Silva. Great space for Sterling here. City are in. Raheem Sterling, heavy touch. Oh, and it's defended by Elvedi. Really good defending. It flicks up and over the goal. Pep Guardiola's got a very fancy coat on, hasn't he? With the Man City badge all over the back of it. Sterling got played in brilliantly by Bernardo, and it was Elvedi who came across quickly. Good tackle. Very good tackle. Sterling was a heavy touch and Guardiola a bit frustrated there. City on the corner, play it short. Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden. Shoots Phil Foden! Goes towards the bottom corner. It's a save by Jan Sommer. An easy one really by Jan Sommer. But a good attempt by Foden. City's first attempt of the game and the first attempt on target as well. Oasis, even though I don't rate Zinchenko that much, I think a left-footed playing left-back will be good for this game. Yeah, definitely for the width-wise. But Pep, obviously, he thinks Cancelo's better in there. Foden will hold the width, can't he, on the left-hand side. We'll see. I think Cancelo's obviously a better player, but you are right. I think a left-footer on that side is an important one. And I wouldn't be surprised City surely address the left-back situation this summer. Ooh, Sommers kicked it out, but straight to Ilkay Gundogan. City back in possession. Cancelo has to go backwards though. Ruben Diaz. Kyle Walker up this right-hand side. Little chat back. Could have gone to Rodri, but Stindl there, cutting out the pass. Diaz. Wide to Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side. Bernardo on his left foot, as he usually does, into Rodri. He goes back to Diaz. City working. Gladbach at the moment, figuring them out. Gundogan. Cancelo again, on his right foot. Lovely switch of play. A little slice in it as well to curl it out to Raheem Sterling. Walker. Rodri. Wide to Sterling. Poor pass by Rodri. Wins it back though. Good work by Rodri. Sterling. Big challenge by Elvedi. And Elvedi, the Swiss centre-back, was a player City were linked with last season as an option, as a backup centre-back. Of course, City made the Nathan Ake signing as the backup centre-back, which not quite worked out, has it, for Ake? Looks like he's had a hamstring tear. He's been out for a very long time. But Elvedi was on that list of players to bring in. But I think City went with Ake overall because of the price. I think 40 million. Elvedi would have cost the same. But Ake, 40 million, and he's homegrown as well. And that's invaluable in today's, squads in England. City, of course, lack a lot of English players, don't they? And Nathan Ake signed, probably, that's why he tipped it over the edge for Nathan Ake over the likes of Elvedi or Pau Torres at Villarreal. Here's Rodri. Great switch of play out to Phil Foden. Brilliant switch by Rodri on his right foot. Here's Foden driving at the Gladbach defence here, having a good run. Foden across the box. Brilliant cross. Jesus just couldn't get in there ahead of Elvedi again. And the Swiss man, he's playing very, very good for Dortmund at the moment. Dortmund, Gladbach, of course. Wouldn't be surprised if he did move to Dortmund next season. Could see Marco Rose taking him with him. Looks a very good player. Loasis, Mbappe or Haaland. Ooh. It's a tough one, that. Very tough one. I'd say Haaland. I think Mbappe... I believe Mbappe is probably a better player. But I like Haaland more. Mbappe is probably a better all-rounder. Gladbach playing out from the back here. Calm. Elvedi. Good play by him. He clears it away up to Stindl. Play after Kramer. Player. Oh, and Diaz. Very good defending from Ruben Diaz. Deals with that so easily. Rodri back to Diaz. And Diaz into Walker. City deal with that defence very easily. I think the City fan in me likes Haaland more than Mbappe. But there's no doubt Kylian Mbappe is an incredible player. I think probably, like I said, an all-round player. Mbappe is better than Haaland the way. But if I could have any player, I'd have Haaland. Because that's what City need more at the moment. Although Mbappe is the quality player as well, isn't he? I think the downside to Mbappe is he plays in the French league. I just don't rate it. So, he needs to play in a more competitive league, doesn't he, really? Jesus. Oh, poor pass by Jesus. Straight to Stindl. Gladbach on the counter. Gabriel Jesus. Hard work to win the ball back. And now he leads the City attack. Wide to Cancelo. Great touch by Joao Cancelo. Ginter left on the floor. Cancelo. Oh, Cancelo tried to be too clever with the body feints there. Give it away to Gladbach, who looked to swiftly counter-attack. And a ball over the top to Player goes straight through to Ederson. Elmis ran you down, predicts a 2-0 win to City, so lots of predictions coming in. That's great to see, and we will have a winner surely at the end today. Plenty of predictions. The more predictions, obviously you can't put more than one in. I mean, the more people who make predictions, we could see someone get one right. Kramer played a big part in that German World Cup win, didn't he? And he got injured, I think, didn't he? Or was it the Euros? Got injured, which is a big shame for him. Gundogan and good interception from the pass from Ginter. Here's Phil Foden. Oh, down the line to Bernardo. Cross across the box again. Who's there again but Elvedi? But City had no one in the box really to finish that off. But Elvedi, well, they've given it away again, Gladbach. Oh, and he's pulled Cancelo down with him. And they've got space on the attack here. City have got 3 back though. Kyle Walker, well played, Kyle. Read that. Straight to Kramer, but Gladbach will try and get a bit of possession. Dennis Zakaria. Like we said, Zakaria heavily linked with Manchester City. Could be a bit of a work experience for him. A job interview. See whether he passed that test today. Neuhaus. Back to Elvedi. Kramer's dropping into that back line, into the back 3. Zakaria, well played. Good pass by Dennis Zakaria under pressure. Lima down the line and he's offside. Hoffman did go out for a throw-in anyway. Free kick for City. City have, of course, been the better side here. Got plenty of balls into the box. The likes of Foden, Sterling, crossing it in, but no one in there. And the referee, City took a throw in there, but he wants it to be an offside, so a free kick instead. Same thing applies. They just kick it straight back to Diaz. Waste of time by the Portuguese referee there. Here is Ruben Diaz. Wide to Aymeric Laporte. He goes over the top. Brilliant ball to Gundogan and Foden. Gundogan picks it up ahead of Foden, then flicks it off the Gladbach defender. He tried to anyway, and ends up just putting it out for a throw-in. And it's a throw-in for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Liner here. Not got many men to throw it to. City are really congesting the midfield. Zakaria's lost it. Oh, and then Gladbach win it back. Gundogan in there. Poor Rodri. Oh, Rodri nearly threads the ball through to Sterling perfectly. It's a good interception by, I think it was, once more, Elvedi. Having a great performance. Liner. Oh, he's dribbling it out of play here, Liner. Poor touch by him. Loasis, I think City just need to calm down a bit. They're forcing the ball through. Yeah, I think City are going a bit too attacking, I suppose. Not in a sense that they're attacking too much. Of course, I'd love to see them attack all game. I mean, they are trying to force the ball, you're right, through these gaps. They need to maybe play just an extra pass before they make that pass down to the wing or whatever. Sterling's lost it here in midfield. Rodri straight in across, and good physical work from Rodri. Zakaria, the little back heel there, clever. And here's Gladbach, Neuhaus. They don't look dangerous at all, though, Gladbach. Could be cursed to the commentator, though, because saying that they might go and beat us 5-0 now. But at the moment, they are not looking dangerous at all. There's no one who looks like a danger man up top. Diaz wins his side of throw in here. And that's where I thought, Marcus Thuram would have come in handy for Gladbach. Surprised he hasn't started today. Kyle Walker here on the throw-in for City. He's creeping forward here. He still keeps going forward. Up to Jesus. Elvedi intercepts. Bernardo Silva heads it forward. Elvedi takes it down. And back they go to Ginter. He'll go back to goalkeeper Jan Sommer. Very good goalkeeper Jan Sommer. Here is Sommer. Wide to Matthias Ginter. Pretty much a starter now for Germany on the international stage at centre-back. Ahead of the likes of Mats Hummels, Jerome Boateng. Because I don't think either of them get in the German side anymore, do they? The same with Thomas Muller, Joachim Löw. They're sort of frozen them out with the Germany side. Walker, great ball forward. Jesus, wonderful back heel. City are on here. Sterling, brilliant tackle by, I think it was Benny Benessi on that left-hand side. Sterling went to pull the trigger and a tackle from behind. It was clean, straight in the ball in the box. A brilliant tackle on Sterling, but Sterling had a great chance there Jesus with a little back heel flick in midair. Here's Elvedi. Benmanesi on that left-hand side. Spoke in a pre-match, didn't he, about going up against Riyad Mahrez, a fellow Algerian. Said he'd never played against Mahrez, only played with him for Algeria, so he was looking forward to it. And of course, Mahrez doesn't start. Oh, poor. Here's Jesus. Jesus! Oh, into Sterling. City try to do too much. I don't know how City haven't scored here. Gundogan. They're playing passes in their box. Walker. They give the ball away, Gladbach, and City somehow didn't score. Heroic defending from Gladbach. A couple of sliding challenges, and somehow they get the ball away. Jesus passed it to Sterling, who should have shot. Jesus should have shot himself. Oh, Jesus had 2 passes onto Bernardo and Sterling. Didn't pick either. Well, he did pick Sterling in the end, but Sterling had a man right behind him. Sterling couldn't shoot on his left foot. Somehow City haven't scored there. Don't know how City haven't scored. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Ruben Diaz. Walker. Attacking up this right hand side with Sterling. Bernardo Silva. Sterling with a nice little touch. Bernardo. Somehow loses it. Player. Neuhaus. Player. Ooh, a little nutmeg on Bernardo Silva there. And a ball forward. Ooh. Laporte intercepts. They were in there with Hoffman. I think he was probably offside. But he was clean through on goal there. Jonas Hoffman. Laporte has made 2 crucial interceptions. I think both times they were offside. But even so, needs Laporte to keep doing that. They still don't look like they're dangerous in any way. Gladbach. Oh, brilliant ball by Diaz into Jesus. Line-breaking pass from Ruben Diaz. Here's Phil Foden. Oh, lovely cross by Foden. Lovely, lovely cross by Phil Foden. Sort of loops it in between the goalkeeper and the space in front of him. Jan Sommer couldn't come for it. It was too much of a risk. The defenders left it. Sterling was all 3 in there, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too overhit by Foden, and Sterling couldn't get on the end of it. Really nice idea though by Phil Foden there from the left-hand side. Beautiful cross. Jan Sommer. Ooh. Gladbach played it out from the back confidently. They've done well there. Problem is, when you play it out from the back, you've got to go forward then. You can't just keep playing it backwards to the goalkeeper because you're increasing the risk. They've done really well though. Really well. Here's Stindl. Ball in behind. Player. Oh, and Edison quickly off his line. Good work from Edison there. Read the game. And he's got to do that as a goalkeeper. He's more than just a shot stopper, Edison, as we know. Like a centre-back, really, for reading those runs in behind. He has to keep an eye on the play. He's Aymeric Laporte. Diaz. I think Diaz's on-the-ball ability is getting better and better as he gets used to his teammates. Here's Bernardo Silva. Poor pass straight into, I think it was Neuhaus. Here's Kramer. Looking to attack. Great run there by Lehner. Brilliant run from Lehner. He's burst through here. Gladbach are in. It's player. Kyle Walker went to clear it. Kyle Walker misses it. Goes through his legs. Goes straight to player who thinks Walker's going to clear it and doesn't expect the ball. But a glorious chance there for Gladbach to take the lead. Walker puts him off, but he went to clear it, Walker, and actually missed it. Went through his legs to player. Very lucky City there. They weren't conceding. Lehner with a wonderful run from fullback as well. Bursting forward. Cancelo, Foden, Gundogan on that left-hand side. No one read it. And Gladbach are starting to grow into this game, which will be a worry for City. Jan Sommer. Great pass into Stindl, who beats Diaz in the air. They have to go backwards though. Hoffman. Keep possession, however. Here's Ginter. Kramer. Elvedi. Kramer again. He's dropping into the 3, not Denis Zakaria. Loath asks thoughts on Yuri Tielemans. And this game is more open than I thought, which is nice, but not for my stress levels. Definitely, yeah. Everyone thought it'd be a stroll in the park for City, this one, didn't they? And it's not looking like that at the moment. Gladbach in possession still. And Yuri Tielemans, good player Yuri Tielemans. I think when he came onto the scene at 17 years of age at Anderlecht, people did sort of notice him, didn't they? I think he lacks a reading of the game at times. But his technical quality is brilliant. Ooh, Gladbach with a chance there for Stindl to play in. Hoffman was intercepted. Is Bernardo Silva on the left-hand side. It's a poor pass to Bernardo. Does well with it though. Keeps possession for City, but He sold him short there. Was it Gundogan? Here's Rodri. Wide to Kyle Walker. He goes backwards to Diaz. Cancelo on the centre circle. Bernardo Silva. Probably will go back to Cancelo. No, Laporte's making a run forward here. Good passing to Cancelo. Got 4 Gladbach players round him. Laporte. Bernardo Silva, little flick to Laporte. And he goes back to some no-nonsense stuff from Aymeric Laporte. He's telling Bernardo Silva to go forward. Don't pass it back to him. Put him under pressure. Diaz. Kyle Walker. Here is Ilkay Gundogan, finding himself on the right-hand side now. Him and Bernardo sort of swap sides of the midfield. João Cancelo. Laporte. Always looking for a forward pass, Aymeric Laporte. I think that's what he brings to the side. He's passing. He's probably the best of all the centre-backs. Rodri out wide to Raheem Sterling. I think Pep, of course, when he first joined City, he always wanted the Laporte-Stones centre-back partnership. And I think he realised, I think he has this season, that he needs a more, defending first sort of defender in Ruben Diaz and put a ball-playing centre-back next to him, because Stones and Laporte, obviously very good ball-playing centre-backs, but they're a bit weak at times and they get bullied, don't they? And they just need someone who's there who wants to defend first and play football later, and Ruben Diaz definitely is that player. News from the Atalanta-Real Madrid game. Atalanta have had a man sent off, so not looking good for them. Here's Rodri. Wide to Kyle Walker. He gives it into Sterling. Gundogan, little 1-2 with him. Sterling makes a run to create space for Ilkay Gundogan, but doesn't get it back. The tough pass, though, for Gundogan to find Sterling through 3 Gladbach players. Here is Rodri. Wide to Foden on this left-hand side in space. Phil Foden looking for a pass. Goes to Bernardo Silva. He has to go backwards again. Bernardo's played a lot of backwards passes today. Diaz. Back to Laporte. Calmly done by Diaz and Laporte. Bernardo. Rodri. Bernardo again. Good football from City, and Pep will be impressed. I think he'll be happy with how they've played so far. Diaz brings the ball forward from centre-back. Goes wide to Sterling. Back to Walker. They like to press Gladbach, but at the moment they're sort of just sitting off City a little bit. And that's allowed Bernardo Silva to find some space on this left-hand side. Great cross by Bernardo. And who do you think's cleared it away? Again, out of the box to save Gladbach. It's Elvedi. He's having a wonderful performance defensively. Gundogan. Wide to Raheem Sterling. Not finding themselves some one-on-one positions at the moment, the wingers. Gladbach always got 2 men and Walker's making a run here. Sterling should have found him there. Rodri inside to Cancelo. Lovely touch by Cancelo on his right foot to send the midfielder Kramer one way. Pulled it back on his left foot the other. Foden down the line to Bernardo Silva again. Bernardo. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Jesus made a nice run there. Bernardo Silva gives it away to Gladbach. City are in trouble here. Little nutmeg on Rodri. Stindl. Kramer. Well, Gladbach, they need to, when they win the ball in those positions, go forward if they're going to, break down City at the moment. They're too intent on trying to play it out from the back and score a nice goal similar to City. They should have attacked City there. Straight away. Jan Sommer. Plenty of space for Elvedi here. Sommer has to go on the right hand side. He plays it long. Aymeric Laporte up against Stindl. It's a free kick there. Oh, it's Hoffman. Hoffman using his body really well there at Aymeric Laporte. And Laporte wasn't smart enough to understand that. And just let him pick up the ball and then try and tackle him. Too aggressive, Laporte, and he's defending. And it was always going to be a free kick for Gladbach. And that gets them over the halfway line, which they've wanted. Here's Ginter. Switch of play to Benabenesi on that left-hand side. Back to Elvedi. You think Gladbach, like I said, would want to hit City on the counter when City have pushed men forward and they win it back, or City give the ball away. But at the moment, they're just happy to keep the ball at the back, which is an odd decision from them. Here is Neuhaus. Great pass into Zakaria. Little spin by Zakaria. Still going, Dennis Zakaria. Plays it out wide to Liner. Cancelo can't win the ball off him. Liner into Zakaria once more. Kramer. Elvedi. Kramer again. Looking for a long pass. Christoph Kramer. Hoffman. Neuhaus. Lovely ball over top to Liner, but just a little bit too much on it, and Edison picks it up. Lowe says City scoring the first goal changes this match. Either Gladbach open up more and spaces open up, or sit back and give City even more control. Exactly. I think that's a bit of a problem, isn't it, for Gladbach? They're not sure what to do. I think that's why they're sitting back, because they know if they go and score against City, they're going to be put under a lot of pressure. And if City do score, it will change the game, because I think Gladbach will start to come out a bit more here. Here's Edison, dribbling out of his own box and plays a long ball on his left foot. Slice it out of play for a throw-in to Gladbach. Pep's giving some instructions to his players. Unusually poor from Edison. His distribution there. Here's Ginter, long ball forward. Offside against player. No Mbolo either for Gladbach today. I'm not sure if he's injured or not. He's on the bench. Replay of that there. He's offside player. Clearly offside. Diaz and Laporte holding the back line very, very well. Here's Diaz. Rodri. Brings the ball forward. Does Rodri wide to Ilkay Gundogan. Cancelo. Laporte. Wide to Foden. Good pass into João Cancelo. City moving the ball really well now. There's space for Sterling on that right hand side if City can find him. Rodri does find him. Here's Sterling. He's got a one-on-one situation, and as soon as he sees that, he wants to run. Great pace from Sterling. Ooh, big tackle on Raheem Sterling. It's a goal kick. Well, went flying in with a slide tackle there. Did the Algerian fullback for Gladbach. Oh, he's nowhere near the ball. It's a clear penalty for City, this. No touch on the ball by the fullback for Gladbach. He takes Sterling's legs. No touch on the ball at all by the fullback for Gladbach. Surely VAR is checking this. Oh, goal kick. Goal kick, given that was a clear penalty for City there. Not given by the referee. Strange. How he's not given a penalty for that. The Sterling burst past Benabenesi with absolute electric pace. He's there ready to cross the ball or shoot. He comes flying in the Gladbach fullback to win the ball. He doesn't get the ball. I don't know if Sterling's going down possibly before he gets that. Lowe thinks it's a dive in the comments. I'm not so sure. He didn't get the ball, did he, the fullback? He took Sterling. I don't know how it's a goal kick as well. If it is a goal kick, it's because, you know, Benabenesi didn't get a touch on the ball at all. Or they give the ball away here, Gladbach. Sterling's in again here. Oh, and it's hit the back of his heels. Poor by Sterling, trying to let it run through his legs from the pass from Ilkay Gundogan. And Gladbach give it away once more. The passes out from the back have been poor at times from Gladbach, and City are getting onto the end of them. Cancelo, brilliant cross into Bernardo Silva. What a goal! What a goal from City. 1-0 City lead. Cancelo with a ridiculous ball in on his right foot. Bends it in. Just dips over Elvedi's head, and Bernardo Silva's there at the back post to nod it home. 1-0 Manchester City. Beautiful goal. João Cancelo. What a cross that is. Well, Kevin De Bruyne, he sat on the sidelines thinking, hey, I'm sat here. It looks like I'm on the pitch. What a ball by Cancelo. De Bruyne-esque. And Bernardo Silva, what is he, 5'5", 5'6", Bernardo Silva. Beautiful header. What a ball by Cancelo, though. Credit to João Cancelo. Wonder cross, that is. Wonder cross from left back. He's just more than a fullback, isn't he, João Cancelo? So much more than a fullback. And City lead Gladbach by 1-0. And Lowe, not too long ago, you said, if City score, it'll change the game. Well, maybe it will. Gundogan's been having a few conversations with Jesus during that goal about tactics. And Jesus has gone over to Guardiola, who's giving Jesus some more interesting information that Jesus, maybe something he wants him to do differently. Guardiola's coat, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure there'll be people putting it on Twitter and places online. He's got sort of a suit jacket on, and it's got, in shiny black, he's got a black jacket on. The City badge on the back. Andrew says a great cross and goal. Fab says great game. Relay says he's 5'8". Not many inches to there though. Still shouldn't be getting beating headers in the box, should he? But the cross was so perfect, wasn't it, Relay, that he couldn't do anything about it. Good Elvedi. Once it came in, he just nodded it home because of the perfect weight of it. The perfect weight of that cross into him. And, you know, it's not even like he's battling in the air for a header. It's similar to Sterling's header. In a way, Sterling's not the biggest either, is he, against Arsenal? An easy one. So 30 minutes gone. City need 1-0 in Hungary and 1-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. We've just noticed we've gone up to 604 subscribers. Thank you very much to the two of you added to that. Welcome to the channel. Switch of play by Rodri, overhit to Phil Foden out for a throw-in for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Well, Gladbach will have to come out now. Here's Denis Zakaria. Lima. Long he sends it. Nod on. Laporte in there. Nods it away. Zakaria away. Get it on the floor. One of you sides. Laporte nods it away. Lowe says that's one away goal. It is, and it technically counts as two, doesn't it? That's what it feels like it's 2 goals. Jan Sommer into Denis Zakaria on the turn. Good pass by Zakaria into Stindl. Liner. City have looked really solid defensively as well. Here's Jan Sommer. Elvedi. Benabenesi. Neuhaus. Tidy midfielder, Florian Neuhaus. Jesus, great pressing. City win the ball back just on the edge of the Gladbach box, but poor pass by Kyle Walker gives it away. Now Gladbach in this situation need to go forward, but they're not. Although Denis Zakaria might drive him forward here. Good play by Zakaria. Takes the ball and dribble past a few City players. Here's the wing back for Gladbach. Back he goes. Gladbach have got to, you know, in that transition where City give them the ball, Kyle Walker poorly give it away there. Get on the attack straight away. They're not at the moment. Ball over the top here. Cancelo nods it down. Oh, well done. Gladbach, Stindl. Zakaria. They're looking to Zakaria to create things for himself. Gladbach. Stindl. Elvedi. Couldn't do anything about that cross from Cancelo. He's been really good at the back for them. Blocking off everything, but not there. Kyle Walker in. Oh, great tackle by Ilkay Gundogan and Stindl. City could counter here. They've got men on. Raheem Sterling against Elvedi. 3-on-3. Jesus making his way into the box. Here's Raheem Sterling. Looking to take on Elvedi. Can he take him on? No, he can't. Loses the ball. Worth a try though, Sterling. It's good to see him taking on players again. Just didn't have the skill to beat the centre-back there. He's been pretty much near perfect, hasn't he, for Gladbach, barring that goal, which, I mean, the ball was just weighted so perfectly from João Cancelo. There was not much chance, was there, for Elvedi to get that one away. Here's Benesi. Elvedi forward to Neuhaus. Into Denis Zakaria. Looking for a forward option. Great pass by Zakaria. Into Liner. The Austrian fullback brings the ball forward over the halfway line now. Wide to Hoffman, back to Liner, and the ball goes out of play. Poor one by Hoffman into Liner there. Hoffman is saying to Liner there he wants the ball in behind the City defence. Good defending by Elvedi there. Pep's not happy that Sterling couldn't beat him. Pep Guardiola very, very unhappy with the fact Sterling didn't beat Elvedi there. Nearly ripped his fancy jacket. He wanted Sterling to beat Elvedi there. City were in a great counter-attacking position. I think Pep knows City need to be very ruthless in this competition if they're going to win the Champions League. They really need to be. And they should be, you know, getting 5 or 6 goals today. Giving them a chance for a rest in the second leg. Although I was surprised if City, you know, if they won this game 5 or 6-0, he'd still play Kevin De Bruyne, all the main players. Good little flick by Jesus round the corner to Gundogan. Kicked away, and Pep's got his jacket off now. No jacket for Pep anymore. Here's Ruben Dias. Laporte, Cancelo in space just over the halfway line. Takes it into the centre circle. Ball on his right foot. It's a nice ball. It's a brilliant ball by Cancelo. Foden, lovely flick Phil Foden back to Bernardo Silva, who's offside now. Bernardo give it back to Phil Foden. But that was really nice football from City there again. Cancelo with the ball on his right foot out to the right hand side. Foden out there now. Peps gives Sterling the instructions, I think, to go to the left hand side now. Foden back on the right hand side. City play a bit narrower when doing that because Foden wants to come inside in his left and Sterling come inside in his right. Here's Elvedi. Very strange decision to just pass it right in front of their own goal here, Gladbach, from a free kick. Neuhaus. Not a bad pass by Florian Neuhaus. City deal with it. Neither player. I think it was Hoffman and Stindl could get on the end of that Neuhaus pass. Wasn't a bad pass from an area where he was under pressure. I wonder if City is still interested in Houssem Aouar as a midfielder next season. As been reported, Pep loved Aouar, didn't he? And things just never seemed to work for Aouar. Obviously rejected Arsenal in the summer. And see why. I can't see him join Arsenal. He probably wants Champions League football. A player of his quality. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Wide to Kyle Walker. Bursting forward. Walker wide. Give it away. Looks like he's hurt his ankle here, Kyle Walker. The City get a throw in. Oasis pressing really high like Bayern tonight. Yeah, I mean, if you watched Bayern last night, they were fantastic. They do press so high, don't they? I mean, they've got the pace at the back. City, I suppose, with Kyle Walker, they do back themselves to have the pace at the back. But it's not quite like having David Alaba, Alphonso Davies, Boateng. They're all a lot quicker than City's defence. Barring Kyle Walker. Walker's got a little knock on his ankle here, which he seems to be struggling with. And the physio have had to come on for Kyle Walker. But City are playing a high line. They're penning him in, Gladbach. And Gladbach are, intent on playing it out from the back. They just need to play a long ball and attempt to try and get in behind the City defence. And it's not easy to do that, but that long ball could make a big difference if they could do that. 605 subscribers now. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for everyone that subscribed to the channel. It's a great goal from City. They're showing it again, that João Cancelo pass over the top. The pass made that goal. I know Bernardo made the run, brilliant run from Bernardo, but it's the pass from João Cancelo. It's something, a sort of cross that you cannot defend, isn't it? The sort of cross you cannot defend. Kyle Walker's back up on his feet. Hoping he's alright, Kyle Walker. We're not quite sure. Looks like he will come back on. He's a battler, Kyle Walker. He won't let a little knock keep him out. Jesus gives the ball away. The thing is, City, I feel like City are not too worried at the moment because Gladbach, they win the ball back and then play it backwards. Here's Ginter. Long ball forward to Player and Diaz intercepted. Here's Rodri. Good strength by Rodri. He's done really well there. He had 3 Gladbach players around him. He's actually got himself a free kick. He did well to just lay the ball off under pressure. It was Neuhaus. A little tug on Rodri's shoulder. Not much in it, but was a free kick, I suppose. Diaz sitting in the middle of this back three of Walker and Aymeric Laporte. Here's Foden. Bernardo back to the right-hand side for Bernardo and the left-hand side for Ilkay Gundogan. Diaz. Cancelo, Ruben Diaz again. Oasis, it's been an injury-filled season for Walker, definitely has been. And I think the problem is now, he's just realised that Cancelo is just a lot better than him, isn't he? Obviously, different sort of players. Kyle Walker couldn't do what Cancelo does, but I'm pretty sure Cancelo couldn't do what Kyle Walker does, to be fair, because he hasn't got the discipline defensively, I don't think, to sit as a centre-back. That's a great dilemma for City to have, and, it gives them options. They can play different ways. Zakaria pressing Gundogan, and Gundogan gets a free kick. Zakaria too aggressive there. Here's Cancelo into Jesus. Lays it off to Cancelo. Oh, little nutmeg by Cancelo. Shoots João Cancelo. He had space to his right-hand side for a pass to, I think it was Kyle Walker. Lovely little nutmeg by Cancelo here. 1-2 with Jesus. Who's the nutmeg on? Neuhaus just nutmegs Neuhaus and then tries to put one into the top corner with his right foot. Cancelo's shooting's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? Sometimes he seems to hit a wonder shot, and the other times it's not quite there. And left or right foot, he's very competent on both. Gundogan here. Oh, brilliant turn by Ilkay Gundogan. But unlucky, a bit of pressure on him from Hoffman. He knocks it out for a throw-in for Gladbach. Julius Pep's taking his posh coat off. Might be getting hotter, heads up. Definitely looked like he was going to rip it off previously, didn't he, when Sterling couldn't take on Elvedi. Gladbach throw it straight to Rodri. Jesus takes it down his chest. Brilliant from Jesus. Jesus is so much more than a striker, isn't he? And unfortunately, he's not a goal scorer, and that's what you judge strikers on. I think he's not a striker. I think he is a sort of in behind the striker on the wing. He does so much work for the team, Gabriel Jesus. And I think he does get some criticism. Me personally, I've given criticism for the fact that he doesn't score goals, not enough goals for a striker. But not everyone's Sergio Aguero, are they? Nasty tackle on Jesus there. Going to be a free kick for City. Too aggressive from, I think it was it Elvedi? It was. Tried to win the ball. Ended up kicking Jesus in the ankles. Free kick for City. He's Foden down the right hand side. Back to Kyle Walker. The English connection up that right hand side now. For City between Walker and Phil Foden. Was already there already with Sterling and Walker, I suppose. And he's Gundogan back to Aymeric Laporte. Oasis Cancelo just gives you more avenues of playing for me. Definitely. I honestly don't think there is a more creative fullback in world football. I know people might say Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Alexander-Arnold just, he's more of a crosser. Cancelo is so much more than just a crosser, isn't he? It's like I've always said, he's like Sami Nasri to me. It's like having Sami Nasri at fullback. Just glides past players with ease. And, he's sort of been wasted at fullback in his career. The technical quality he's gotten. And Guardiola's made this system, hasn't he? Which you could say is built around João Cancelo, sort of. That allows Cancelo to come inside and cause damage through the middle or out wide. Here's Jesus. Brilliant ball by Jesus across the box. And Sterling was in there, cleared away by Ginter. It was a good ball by Foden through to Jesus. Bernardo goes back to Kyle Walker. City trying to get a second goal here before half time. 42 minutes played. And similar to that Bayern Munich game yesterday against Lazio, the game has flown by the first 40 minutes. And you've seen a good quality game of football. And that's what we like to see. Here's Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side for City. On his left foot, Bernardo lays it off to Rodri. Kyle Walker picks it up. Rodri, bit of an overhit pass, not to his feet, Walker. Gundogan, down the line to Foden. Walker's continued his run, Kyle Walker. Across the box by Walker. And it's Ginter who clears it away. Got lucky, really. Oh, City are really getting down the wings and getting crossed into the box. There's no one gambling around the front of the defender, though. Gundogan, beautiful feet. Wide to Cancelo. Onto his right foot, Cancelo. Back onto his left. Sterling. And he's got 3 Gladbach players round him. Tries to beat them. Can't do so. Gives the ball away. And they clear it away. Hoffman. Back to Ginter. Gladbach send it long. Rodri intercepts brilliantly. Walker takes it down. Back to Rodri. Gladbach are struggling getting out of their own half at the moment. Here's Bernardo Silva. Wide to Foden. Oh, you wanted the keeper to come out there, Elvedi. There was no chance the keeper was getting on the end of that one. Oasis, that was a brilliant passage of play. It really was. City are just getting better and better, aren't they? It's got to be worrying for the teams in the league and in the Champions League. I'd never say they're favourites because I don't want to get my hopes up and get disappointed. But City just seem to be getting better at the moment. Foden with a slack pass there, but he's in there trying to win it back. And that's what I love about Jesus as well. Speaking of Gabriel Jesus before, even if they lose the ball, straight back in there, trying to get back in possession is Phil Foden. Jesus. Good footwork from Jesus. Oh, ball down the line to Foden. Jesus bursts away from Elvedi. Oh, it's Ginter across. Good defending. Showed too much to him. City are absolutely all over Gladbach here. They cannot get out of their own half. Danielle says hello everyone. And Terence Baggy. Great commentary. Only 1 team in it. One-way traffic. Come on, City. Thank you very much, Terence Baggy. I'm glad you're enjoying the commentary. And it is a one-way traffic, isn't it? City absolutely all over Gladbach here. And Gladbach will be very happy for half-time, I think. Marco Rose, the manager, has got to tell Gladbach, play the ball forward. Stop going backwards and trying to hold it at the back because they're just causing themselves more problems. From a City point of view, I'm happy. They can keep doing that. City need to capitalise on it. But at the moment, Gladbach, they've got to be worried. It's Cancelo. Brilliant run from Cancelo. Gives it away, though, to Kramer. Wants a free kick. He's not going to get one from the Portuguese referee, Diaz. Here is Lehner up the right-hand side. Players making a good run. Lehner's gone for a... It looked like a... That was a strange camera angle there. Lena goes to cross it into play. You can see the kind of cross he's trying to play. In the end, it goes straight towards Ederson's goal. Ederson's come out as if he's going to claim the ball on the right-hand side. The ball sort of bends to the left-hand side. It looked like it was moving with a lot more pace than it did. And in the end, obviously, it just bounced back to Ederson. But it looked for a moment there that it was a sort of a shot that was going towards goal, and Ederson was way out of position. Lowe says, one-way traffic, you're right. Yeah, I think everyone agrees. Everyone will agree in the comments. It is one-way traffic. And we've just noticed we've gone up to 606 subscribers. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Here's Diaz, and he's been 1 minute of added time. 45 minutes is up. I think Pep Guardiola won't be happy at half-time. I think his side have played well. You know, City have been brilliant, haven't we? But he won't be happy. Oh, Diaz, brilliant run. He's beat about 4 Gladbach players there in midfield. Here's Jesus, great touch. Pep will want more. He wants goals, Pep Guardiola. He knows that goals win games. Here's Foden onto his left foot. Foden with a strike, and he sliced it over the bar. Never going in by Phil Foden. Couldn't quite get the sort of direction on that one. Got a sight of goal, though. And playing on that right-hand side, it allows Foden to come in on his left foot. Player was back defending, and bit of a pot shot from Phil Foden, wasn't it? Maybe could have looked for a pass. 45 seconds played of the 1 minute added time. Jan Sommer on the goal kick. I think it won't be far away from blowing the whistle, the referee, for half-time here. Walker, well played. Lets that roll out for a throw-in from the goal kick. And that is half-time. So Manchester City lead 1-0 in the Champions League round of 16 in the first leg, of course, to Borussia Mönchengladbach in Budapest. And City have been really, really good on the ball. They've hemmed Gladbach in, and Gladbach have not been able to get out of their own half, really. Gladbach don't look dangerous at all coming forward, which is good from a City point of view. They could possibly nick a goal. You know, teams have always got that in them. I wouldn't be surprised if Rose, you see the likes of maybe Mbolo, Thuram come on for Gladbach at some point in the second half to try and give them a bit more of a chance going into the second half. City have looked really good, though, and the only problem City have had is they haven't finished the chances. They've created chances. Not that it's not even that they've missed chances either. They've created chances, and people just haven't been in the right position at the right time to finish those chances off. We've seen a lot of crosses into the box, and it's not quite worked. And we'll be back very shortly for our celebrity special guest at half time. So see you in just a few moments.
Got something to say, you should hear it all.
Hello and welcome back to our halftime show. And of course, our celebrity special guest. He's a regular now on the channel now. It's Mr. Kent Lane, everyone.
Yay! I can hear the cheering all over the world. Yeah, and a great song that. That's kind of hush all over the world. Well, what a first half. Caught some of your commentary. Very impressed with your commentary, I have to say. Holding the fort there all alone. City, just a bit of background. Once I saw Walker wasn't playing at the weekend, I thought this is the game that Walker's being saved for. He'll be coming back in he's been rested for the Arsenal game and ready to pop in. And similarly on the left side of defence, I did think Zinchenko wouldn't be playing today. I think Pep doesn't trust him with the biggest matches, and I think he tends to be a reasonable left back, but we know he's not the ultimate left back that City need. City have seemed very balanced in defence and midfield, and certainly in attack. I've not seen much of Borussia Mönchengladbach actually attacking Man City. And the reason for that is pressure. City are pressuring them constantly. I think they have this 6 second thing that came that Barcelona used to adopt. If you lose the ball, get it back within 6 seconds. And they're not giving Borussia Mönchengladbach any time on the ball at all. They're just constantly at them and making them make mistakes. They're pressuring the keeper and the defenders, and that's breaking up their even a chance of attack. I think they had one shot there right near the end. Was it Liner, I think, had a shot. And it was more like the Titanic going down. It was such a poor shot from so far away. I think it was trying to lob Ederson. You know, he's been completely untroubled throughout the game. So I've been a bit disappointed, I have to say, with Sterling. Sterling playing over on the right, found himself in some great space, some great chances, some great opportunities to either take the keeper on or shoot or give the killer pass. And he's done none of those because his first touch has let him down, as it so often does. You know, he does have this inability to control the ball straight away. You know, we've got Aguero who can do that, but Sterling, he always overplays it and can't quite get a hold on that ball. And so the chance is lost.
Surely you're not surprised by that, Kent.
I know, no. It's.
I think when we first saw him play, we said that, didn't we? I know everyone always seems to go on about Sterling. It's always need to improve his finishing, but everyone totally overlooked the fact that his first touch isn't the best. And he tends to chase the ball all over the place.
It's dreadful when you analyse all of his chances throughout the season. His first touch lets him down so many times, and he's been in the right position today numerous times. And you just think, right, shoot now, but he doesn't shoot because his first touch is bad and then the chance is gone. Or you just think, cross it now because somebody's in space. And it's happened more than once. And he's letting us down there. I know Pep switched him over to the left in the latter stages of the second half there. And let's hope he seems to do better on the left, to be honest. But since he has moved over onto the left, he's not done anything. So let's hope the second half, sees some improvement. Their keeper, Sommer, I think it's now is the winter of Sommer's discontent, I tell you, because he's being let down by his defenders, and for the goal, he'd not a lot of chance with the goal. I tell you, once that ball went into the air from Cancelo and started curling towards Bernard, I thought I was going, whoa, because it was such a superb ball. And Bernard only had to tap it in. He just nod it in rather, because it was a beautifully delivered ball. And Bernardo, I like to call him Bernard, he'd sort of zoomed in from midfield and appeared from nowhere and surprised all the defenders, and just the smallest man on the pitch, I think. And then, although with City's way of measuring, he could be 8'3", but he just, unchallenged really, to all intents and purposes, and just nodded it beautifully into the keeper's right. Such a good goal, and Cancelo, once he got that ball, he looked up twice and saw what was developing and he knew exactly what to do. I think Borussia Mönchengladbach, BMG, in comparison with the BFG, they're quite low. They're looking a bit small. They look like they're not going to achieve anything in this match. I'd be surprised if they get a decent shot on goal after seeing the first half there, because I think what they've got to do is try and come out, try and get the ball. I've not seen the possession stats, but I imagine that they're wildly in favour of City. Have you seen them?
No, I think it was only about 60%, which I was surprised at. I think the thing is with Gladbach, I do feel like they've had the ball, but they've had it in front of their own goal for, most of the time. They've never actually passed it forward at any point.
That's a good
just
point.
Have it in front of their own goal.
Yeah, they have had it in front of the goal, trying to get past City, and City have just been pressuring them and taking the ball back off them. So I'm really impressed with our press today. Obviously, they're not playing at home. They're playing in Budapest, home of the Danube. with Buda on one side. I think you even mentioned it, and Pest on the other side. It's looking like it's going to be the Blue Danube tonight. Look, the way City are playing. A funicular runs up actually from the Castle Hill up to the a funicular railway, that is, up to Buda Old Town. And
very nice place. If you anyone's been there.
I've not actually been there. That's one of the places in the world I've not been to. I've been very near it, but not managed to get there so far. But I tell you, it's no fun for BMG tonight. I think they're going to go off the rails a bit. Foden's done some superb crosses on the left, but our men aren't there. We're not actually getting into the right spaces. We're not making that run to get behind a defender sometimes, and so we've got some superb crosses coming in, but not meeting any men. So I'm a bit disappointed with that.
What's your score prediction for the second half, Kent? How do you think this game's going to finish? Do you think Gladbach will get into it, or do you think it's just going to be an easy sail for City? 2-0, 3-0?
I think if City keep on with their the way that they press in and their intent, I think we're looking at 3-0 to City. That's my prediction. Very happy with how City are playing, apart from the fact that Sterling needs to improve his first touch.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Kent, for having you with your little bit of input before the second half, and hopefully City go on and win the Champions League.
Well, it's about time.
Definitely. Been waiting a long time. Thank you very much, Kent.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Lovely to see everyone, and well done with everyone with the comments. I've been reading the comments. Elway, once again, coming up with some good things there, as well as Gary Ramsden and one or two of the others there. Always good to read what people have to say, and nice to see we've got some extra people on, some different people today, and subs have gone up.
Definitely. Great to see the channel growing.
It is indeed. Take care, and good luck, City, in the second half. Come on!
So we're back in the second half after this short break. Thank you very much, Ken. Hello, welcome back for the second half. Manchester City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. City currently leading by 1-0 in this first leg. Gladbach are already out in the field. I'm not sure if they've made any changes. Thuram's having a bit of a chat with Alessandro Playa. So it's a wonder maybe he will come on at some point. Expecting him to. Let's have a look at the live comments, see what you guys have been saying. People saying about poor Raheem critique. And how we always call Jesus. Yeah, to be fair, I have been harsh on Jesus, haven't I, in recent times. I think he's been good today. I think he's been really good today. He just doesn't score, does he? That's his biggest problem. And the problem is you end up becoming a Liverpool fan if you're not careful. In the sense that Liverpool fans, you know, Roberto Firmino doesn't score at all. And they say, oh, yeah, he's playing brilliantly. And I suppose he's saying he's more than a striker. But, you know, imagine trying to defend... for example, imagine trying to say that Ederson's the best goalkeeper in the world, but he couldn't save a shot. It's like saying Bravo's the best goalkeeper in the world because he could kick a football. He's a goalkeeper. He needs to do the goalkeeping job first. The same as a defender. You want a defender to do defensive jobs first. The same as a striker. You want him to score, and we need Gabriel Jesus to score, don't we, and do more than just run around the pitch, which is good. And his hard work makes a difference, but we need a bit more from that. And we're saying here we need a striker, Sergio Aguero. The second half has just kicked off. We're underway in the second half. We need Sergio Aguero back. Julie's put out a City job advert for a goal-hungry forward who smells the target. Any takers? Well, there's been a couple of names, hasn't there, that we always seem to mention. One of those is Romelu Lukaku, if you saw his goal. Oh, Gladbach are in trouble here in the first half. Neuhaus pretty much stood on his goalkeeper's toes. Had to kick it away there. Managed to clear it away. And City back in possession. Look, Romelu Lukaku, if you saw his goal against AC Milan in the derby between them and Inter the other week, I think it was on the weekend City played Arsenal on Sunday. Unbelievable goal. He looks just incredible, doesn't he? Lukaku. But similar to Sterling, he hasn't got the best of first touches in the world. His link-up play is really good. His link-up play is really, really good. And I think he's improving as a player. The problem with Lukaku is what comes with him. His age, he's getting a bit older now. He's 28 now. City maybe want a younger option. He's going to cost quite a bit of money from Inter Milan. And I suppose he used to play for Manchester United. That puts you off a little bit, doesn't it? But I think he'd definitely celebrate against United. He's not the biggest fan, is he? Here's Cancelo. Great play from Cancelo again. Oh, and look it into Jesus. He's done well, Gabriel Jesus. Needs to pass it. Doesn't. Still going Jesus. Lose the ball. And Gladbach clear it away. Zakari will keep it in. Jesus did well to get in the end of it, but then his touch let him down. Here's Rodri. Laporte. Sterling on this left-hand side again for the second half. Kent was saying about his first touch. Here's Gundogan. Oh, into Bernardo. Bounces around the box for Gladbach and they clear it away. But again, Gladbach. City's pressing is so good. Gladbach cannot play a forward ball at all. They've got a throw in here because I think they've kicked it off Jesus, but they can't play the ball forward. They need willing runners up top and they need someone to just a bit of skill to find some space and play a forward pass. Neuhaus has got that in him, I suppose. He's done well there. Kramer, they've played a forward pass here. Hoffman. Still not good enough from Gladbach. Long may it continue. Well, away you're quite right. That's what I was saying, you know, with Lukaku. He said he's got a trampoline for a first touch. And all the financials and age and all that, yeah. He'd cost a ridiculous amount of money, wouldn't he, Lukaku? His age is an issue with me. If he was 25, 26, I'd say, yeah. 28. What, he's going to maybe last till maybe he's 33. And then you're replacing him again. Also, he's not got a record of being at clubs very long, has he? So, that doesn't look too good as well. And I mean, the trampoline first touch is a massive issue. I'd rather not see him chase his first touch around the football pitch for 90 minutes, to be honest. But he's an animal, isn't he? You know, the way he just throws defenders aside. He's strong. He's got a good shot on him. He's a good finisher. I think everyone thinks he's a bad finisher because he had that bad spell for United. He's just, I mean, if you remember Alvaro Negredo at City, the chant was beast. They could bring that back for Romelu Lukaku. An interesting story on Negredo. He didn't actually, obviously he was Spanish, he didn't understand what the word meant, and he thought the fans were booing him after he scored. And that obviously, once he knew what it meant, then he started playing bad then, so I think it was better when he thought people didn't appreciate him. But there we are, but we could definitely bring that chant back if City were to sign Romelu Lukaku. I think it's something City miss as well, a big physical centre-forward, isn't it? I mean, that's why people want Haaland as well, he's very similar. you know, a big physical centre forward, quick. I think his link-up play is nowhere near as good as Lukaku, though, which people don't touch on. You know, Lukaku can bring other people into play. Haaland's not that sort of player. Here's Neuhaus. Nowhere to go. Bernardo Silva all over him. Then Jesus, he gets past him, and then Ginter has to go back to Jan Sommer for Gladbach. They are really struggling to play out from this City presses. Dennis Zakaria. Good footwork by Zakaria. Passing to player. Oh, Stindl, look at the space for Lehmer. Oh, you got to find him there for Gladbach. When he had that chance for the pass there, I think it was Stindl. He's got to play that pass. Oh, ball in here. Edison off his line. Catches it easily. Long ball forward with his hands. Throws it out to Phil Foden. One-on-one with Elvedi. Look at the pace of Phil Foden. See you later, Elvedi. Phil Foden, and Ginter gets in. And Foden wins his side of corner. So somehow he's given a goal kick. The referee, I'm not sure how. But he has given it a goal kick. Foden, great pace shown. Maybe he does come off Phil Foden. Bit of City bias there from myself. As expected, though. Here's Liner. Hoffman. Back to Ginter. Jason likes it before Big Edin would fit the goal hanging physical statue built. Yeah, definitely. I think Edin Dzeko is by his age and, you know, similar to Lukaku, a bit older, isn't he? If you wanted a third choice striker, there's a plan B, which City don't have, do they? They don't have a big man to come on and just go up top and knock goals in with a head. Dzeko would be that man, but I think Guardiola maybe doesn't want that because it'd make him want to go to plan B too often. And you end up becoming, if you remember Louis van Gaal's Manchester United, where they tried to play sort of similar football to City play at the moment. Nice passing and whatever. And they just couldn't do it because obviously the players weren't good enough. So they just put Fellaini up front and lumped the ball up to him. I think, you know, Pep doesn't want to resort to that. He's got morals. He's got morals, more morals than Louis van Gaal had. Although he didn't have much options. Oh, Kyle Walker, great pace, past Zakaria. The fullbacks just throwing himself for the floor here. Not going to get anything for that. Clears it into Foden. Off Zakaria. Good tackle by Dennis Zakaria. On Gundogan, Stindl. They just haven't got the pace here. Stindl's done well though. Ball in behind here to player. And Edison quickly off his line and plays a calm pass into Ruben Diaz. That way out of play from Diaz. Mistake by him. It's the passing of Gladbach that's let him down. That killer ball. Not worked from at the moment. Throwing deep in City's half though for Gladbach. Surely the manager Marco Rose has sort of said to him at half time, we need to be going forward a little bit more in the second half. We need to be playing the forward passes. Oh well and good playing it out the back. But if you're not going forward to play out from the back, it's just a waste of time. Elvedi. Oh, good pass by Kramer straight into Kyle Walker. But Walker's first touch lets him down. Back in possession. Gladbach. And like Kent said at half time, he was saying about he doesn't feel like Gladbach have had possession. They have. They've been deceptively had possession because of the fact that most of the possession has been on the edge of their own box. And same again here. You know, City should be happy for them to have possession up here because when they give the ball away, City can pounce. Long ball here. Diaz climbs over player. Hardly a free kick, that one. Player backing into Diaz. Diaz gets over the top of him. More aggressive, wins the header. Free kick. Margaret Kern says we want more goals from City. Here's Kramer. Neuhaus. Back they go again from the free kick. Neuhaus. Good little glide from Bernardo Silva. And then Benevessi gives it away, but Foden can't get on the end of it. Good recovery by the fullback. Elvedi. Just nowhere to go. City's pressing is ridiculous, honestly. Oh, he's giving it away here. Here's Jesus. One-on-one with the keeper. Jesus, you moron. That's really poor from Gabriel Jesus. And I'm going to go back to criticise him again because they're on the counter now. They give the ball away. Jesus one-on-one with the keeper. And he just doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't want to shoot because he doesn't trust himself. And gets tackled because he waits about 3 hours to shoot. He should have shot 3 hours before that. Frustrating from Jesus. That's why he's not a striker. Shocking. City need a killer instinct in front of goal, don't they? Here's Neuhaus for Gladbach. They're actually in the City half, but it's a really poor pass. I think it was actually Hoffman, in fact, on the ball there. They brought the ball forward. They finally got into the edge of the City box and just give it away with a really poor pass. But it's... Who is it that gives it away? Oh, it's Benabinesi. Gives it straight to Jesus. It was very good defending by him. But Jesus, he's just not sure what to do. Any striker there will be putting that in the net. Pep Guardiola, whew, his blood pressure's so high at the moment. Oh, but long ball by Edison. Sommer has to nod it away. It was going straight to Raheem Sterling. And how funny is it that over the years with City, we've always said defensively City are the problem. That's the problem defensively. City's problem now is offensively. They lack that killer instinct up top without Sergio Aguero. And Pep's got to think, as soon as Sergio gets fit, we've got to get him in the team. Because as much as Jesus offers for the team-wise... Oh, great ball. Cancelo, good interception. Gladbach are growing into the game. City should have killed it off there. Really should have killed it off with Jesus. As much as Jesus offers for the team, you know, we've got 10 other players who can do that. Ooh, Edison under pressure here, lumps it away. Gladbach are inching further up the field. It's a City throwing it. But Gladbach are definitely going forward now. Linda Little says Jesus should have scored there. Definitely. Idiotic from Jesus. I don't know what he's doing. He's too busy looking to the other players. You know, just put it in the net. That's what you're there for. You're a striker, and that's what we're saying. You know, in not criticising Jesus for scoring goals, you're saying that you're happy to have a striker who can't score goals. It's like having a goalkeeper who can't make saves because he can pass the ball, Claudio Bravo style. Having a defender who can pass the ball but can't defend. You just don't want that. Here's Benabinesi. Good little pass into Stindl. Gladbach go past, back with a pass in Neuhaus, and then Elvedi, and there they go again, back to Jan Sommer. Lowe said Pep went mental, and I would too. I felt like going mental also at Gabriel Jesus there. You know, he's got to score the goals. If anyone remembers the Amazon documentary that Pep Guardiola made with City, there's a quote from that which I can't actually say. But you've got to score the goals, he said. There was another word in there, but you've got to score the goals. That's what he said to the team. At the moment, they're not doing that. Julie said I would have scored that one. Probably. I think anyone would have scored that one. He had a full net to aim for. Here's Diaz. Walker. Wide to Phil Foden. They're putting a bit of a press on now, Gladbach. Although it's a foul on Phil Foden there. Late tackle by the fullback, I think it was, on Phil Foden. Oh, they just played on. Played advantage. City happy to. Here's Laporte. Sterling. Cancelo. Back to Diaz, and it goes back for City. City need to kill this tie off. We said that, didn't we? Playing as well as this, you've got to kill a tie off, because Gladbach will come to the Etihad and think, oh, we've only got to score one goal to get to extra time. And obviously, that's easier said than done, I suppose. But a lot more hope with one goal than there is scoring 2 or 3. Here's Laporte. Diaz did well there because he's in trouble. Slap pass. Ball forward into Bernardo Silva. Touching his chest. Great touchdown. Can't do anything with it. It's cleared away, but only as far as Rodri. He's got to go wide to Foden, which he does. Phil Foden got Bernardo to the right of him. Bernardo onto his left foot. Poor touch on his right foot. And Foden pressing. It goes out for a goal kick. Bernardo there should have done better. Summary from goal kick. No, it goes straight to Elvedi. No long ball from Gladbach. They're forcing it out from the back. Sometimes you've got to go long. City do that themselves with Edison. Great switch by Hoffman. Oh, Cancelo just gets his studs on it. Just clips on his studs. And deals with that. And he plays a little 1-2 Laporte, and City calm. Back in possession once again. Just under 60 minutes played for City here. Rodri. Jesus dropping deep. And that's what he's good at. But he's not good at scoring the goals. Rodri. Here's Sterling. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Walker. Oh, nice idea into Bernardo, but he was under a bit of pressure from Neuhaus. Couldn't take it. Sommer. Got to go long, Sommer, surely. He does go long, the Swiss goalkeeper. Cancelo in there. Well, they've worked it well here. Look at the pace of Zakaria against Rodri. Great work from Zakaria. There's 3-on-1 here. Zakaria, oh, he misses the killer pass to player. Gladbach should have scored there. Dennis Zakaria showed his physicality, showed his pace there up against Rodri. Bullied him. But the killer pass, Zakaria didn't have it. It's the right idea, just too much on it. Loe says they would have scored that counter last season. They would have done. Just too much weight in the pass by Zakaria. He rushed it, didn't he? The right idea. He rushed it to play it. First time they've played the pass they should have played, though. Wrong execution, though, by Dennis Zakaria. Foden. Drifted inside here. Wide to Cancelo. Ball over the top. Cleared away by the fullback. And City go back, and Diaz tells Laporte to go out wide. Diaz into Rodri. Rodri showing a bit of his Achilles heel there. Pace against Dennis Zakaria. Needs to be protected, doesn't he, at all times, Rodri, around his pace. Here's Gundogan, good turn. Sterling. Laporte. Sterling again. Free pass to Cancelo if you can find him, Sterling. He finally does. Cancelo. Over the top to Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side. Bernardo back into Rodri in the middle. Rodri goes to Cancelo. That's a strange pass from Rodri. It's worked out though. Laporte brings it forward for City. Oh, and he overhits a pass with so much. I mean, how he's overhit that pass to Sterling that much, I'm not quite sure. And it's a goal kick for Gladbach. City similar to the game against Arsenal. Playing well, but just lacking that killer ball. And Pep Guardiola's got his head in his hands here. That pass from Aymeric Laporte. And Gladbach continue to play it out from the back. Long ball by Sommer. Looks like they're going to play the long ball against Cancelo because he's probably the weakest in the area, the two fullbacks between him and Kyle Walker. But at the moment it's not quite working. But Gladbach, it's their passing that's really letting them down. Mönchengladbach. Here is Diaz. Loe says he just gets skipped past a lot, but his reading of the game makes up for it. I assume you mean Rodri. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You know, he brings a lot more, doesn't he, than just that. I think it's just at times. Obviously, he's not been affected in weeks. You know, I've not seen it. Obviously, nothing came of it, but it could have done. We've not seen it in a long time. Rodri getting burst past in midfield because of his pace. We did see it there. Cancelo, great pass into Jesus. Through the back of him comes Ginter. No free kick. Here comes the counter for Gladbach. Stindl slows the game down, does Lars Stindl. Zakari's in behind the City defence here. Diaz across. Zakari into the box. The player. Little. Oh! Alessandro Player with a scorpion kick. And nearly went in the back of the net. Ooh, scorpion kick from Player. Does it come off the outside of the post here? I don't think Edison would have got to it. Ooh, it doesn't. It inches away from the post. Really good attempt. And the changes that we expected from Gladbach are happening. So Player comes off. Thuram comes on. We expected Marcus Thuram to come on, didn't we? And Lazaro's on. I think he played for Newcastle, didn't he, last season? For Liner. He's an much more attacking wing back. So Gladbach playing attacking now, even more so. And Thuram will make runs in behind the City defence. And if he's on his day, he's a top player. Loe says that would have been an inventive finish, but I would have gone mental, yeah. I wouldn't have been happy if it had gone in. City creates their own problems. Here's Bernardo Silva. Good play. Rodri. Surely City need to wake up and understand now. Finish this game off. Here's Sterling one-on-one with Lazaro. Terrible pass. Terrible pass by Sterling. no power in his passing, Sterling. Always seems to hit it short. And Neuer could clear it away. But City back in possession with Ruben Diaz. Back he goes to Walker. Phil Foden. Down the line to Bernardo Silva. Here's Bernardo. 3 Gladbach players round him. Does well to play out of that. Walker. Using his body well. Well played, Kyle Walker. Under pressure from Lars Stindl. Here is Laporte. Gundogan. Diaz, good pass into Jesus. Lays it off to Rodri. Jesus again. Rodri wide to Sterling. Here is Raheem Sterling. They're not letting him get in one-on-one situations. Great ball in by Cancelo again, and City do score. It's 2-0. Gabriel Jesus finishes well. We said he's got to score the goals. He couldn't miss that one. Cancelo with another beautiful, beautiful pass on his right foot. Curls it in. And guess who's there? Bernardo Silva at the back post. He just nods it across the box. And Gabriel Jesus throws his body at it, gets his studs on it. And City lead by 2-0. João Cancelo, incredible. Again. Oh, it's wonderful. What a wonderful goal that is. Bernardo ghosting at the back post, nods it across. Jesus, brave Jesus, because he took a big kick from the Gladbach player there. Ginter, he throws his studs at it and he gets his foot on it when he turns it into the back of the net. Really good finish from Jesus. But João Cancelo creating the chances again. Brilliant. Lowe says he needed that goal. I'm happy. He's made up for that error 1v1. Definitely. Well, it could be 3-0 though, couldn't it? Andrew says brilliant cross. Exactly. João Cancelo is the key man in this City side at the moment, isn't he? And Julie says what a goal. So City lead by 2-0 against Gladbach now. Brilliant work by João Cancelo once again. Wonderful cross, isn't it? The quality he has. Not even just the crossing though. Just as soon as he gets the ball, anything can happen, João Cancelo. It's an incredible player. Here's Jan Sommer. And to think that, you know, Cancelo, the season he's just had, the season he's having, you know, he nearly left last season because they said, oh, Barcelona want him. Good job, City didn't get rid of him. The best fullback in the world, possibly, at the moment. They're playing that long ball to Hoffman against Cancelo because they think that they can sort of get Cancelo in the air, but at the moment it's not really working for them. Cancelo knows how to use his body well, doesn't he? You know, the smaller players do. Obviously, they're not going to have a great physical battle with, you know, someone like that. They've got to be a bit more clever, use the body weight well, and Cancelo knows how to do that. He's a very clever player. Here's Ederson for Manchester City. Longy sends it. Oh, brilliant pass into Jesus. He chests it round Elvedi. He's got a bit of a pull on Jesus there, and looks like he's alright. Kick on the ankle. They're in again here. Oh, they're not. Ederson quick off his line, and there's a little... lets the ball roll through his legs. He wants to be outfield, does Ederson? He wants to be on the penalties. Here's Ederson for City. And he picks the ball up. Wide to Diaz. Back to Ederson again. Gladbach have tried to press City now. Stop them from building up from the back. Easier said than done though. Because City have got the players, the quality, they can play out of small spaces. Ederson. Diaz. Diaz brings it out the back from City. Wide to Walker. Thuram on him. Doesn't matter, Bernardo picks it up. Good pressing by Gladbach, but City play out of it very easily. Rodri wide to Laporte, and Gladbach, they quit the press now. They retreat. They've had enough. Gundogan. Sterling. Cancelo. Here's Rodri. Oh, he's a free kick off the ball against Sterling. Nothing in that. Absolutely nothing in that. This referee has been the typical Champions League standard. And it looks like Pep's had another Raheem Sterling. Off comes Sterling, on comes Riyad Mahrez. He doesn't look too happy about that, Sterling. Does not look happy at all. But he hasn't been great tonight. Off he comes Sterling. On comes Riyad Mahrez. So Mahrez will go back to that right-hand side, I assume. And Foden on the left. And Ilkay Gundogan, now the captain for Manchester City. Ooh, Sterling and Pep having a bit of a chat here. Pep's keeping hold of Sterling. Sterling not happy with Pep, taking him off. Here's Elvedi for Gladbach. Long ball. Margaret wants more goals for City. Oasis not been a good game for him. I just thought he faded after he went. Yeah, when he went in the left-hand side, we've not seen him at all. Oh, Elvedi playing himself into trouble here. They kept very lucky. He had 3 men round him. Zakaria, terrible first touch by Dennis Zakaria. Here's Phil Foden. Into the box, Ginter clears. Rodri picks it up on the edge. Into Gundogan. Thuram across. Gundogan unhappy with himself there. Nothing much he could do, to be fair. Here come Gladbach. Well, the 2 Algerians get to go up against each other. Left back and right wing between Mahrez and Benassi. Here's Kramer. Oh, by the way, on Benassi, I think his name is. I've probably butchered his name so many times throughout this game, so you don't need to remind me. Thuram takes on Kyle Walker here. Great skill from Thuram, then chucks himself to the floor. He's not going to get that. Did well to take on Walker there. Beat him and then physically couldn't handle Kyle Walker. Here's Cancelo. Rodri. 70 minutes played for City here. They've had about 2 chances, haven't they, Gladbach in the second half. Much better than they had in the first half. City are just controlling this game brilliantly. Walker. Diaz. Of course, the Real Madrid-Atalanta game is on. I'm not quite sure the score there. And I think Barcelona played Eibar today. And did Barcelona absolutely bath them? I saw something about a Lionel Messi masterclass. What a ball by Cancelo into the box to Gabriel Jesus, who picks it up. Nutmegs a Gladbach player, lays it off to Rodri. He goes back to Cancelo. City just keep passing to João Cancelo, don't they? They know he's the man who's going to make things happen. He's going to create a chance for them. Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Out wide to Phil Foden. Keeps it in. Cancelo. Oh, through to Phil Foden. Foden takes it past Lazaro. Back to Cancelo. Big tackle on him by Zakaria. Throw into Gladbach. Looked like it could have been a foul, in fact. Here is Hoffman. Cancelo goes straight through the back of him, but does win the ball. The referees give a throw in, but that looked like a foul by João Cancelo there. Here's Lazaro. Goes long. Diaz will deal with that. Oh, Walker, you moron. Diaz went to win that then. Kyle Walker's give Diaz a shout, so Diaz doesn't go to win it. Oh, Thuram throwing himself to the floor again here. Good little nutmeg on Rodri and then knew he'd lost the ball. Here's Jesus. Yeah, Kyle Walker there. The ball was in the air. Diaz goes to win it. Walker gives Diaz a shout, so Diaz leaves it. It goes straight back to Gladbach. Bernardo Silva then over it. Past there goes it all the way back to Edison. Well, City keep a clean sheet. Well, I've just heard a stat here on BT that it's been 2 hours since Edison last made a save in the Champions League. 2 hours. Don't mean he hasn't conceded in that time, but shows he's not been busy. Gladbach here again. Zakaria. Good little turn by Zakaria. Forward he comes. Kramer. That was the goal. Jesus. Good pressing from Gabriel Jesus. Straight into him. Oasis Cancelo is player of the year for City. I just think the way he plays for City is just majestic, hypnotic and absolutely fantastic. I couldn't have put it better myself, Lowaite. He's absolutely incredible, João Cancelo, the way he plays. He's just booted the ball away in descent here. Should get booked for that. Lucky not to. And Gladbach are making the 3rd substitution of the night. Of course, you can make 5 substitutions in the Champions League this season. And it's Mbolo who's coming on. So another William runner. Cancelo gets a talking to from the referee, but no yellow card. And it's Stindl, the captain. Kramer's now the captain for Gladbach. And on comes Donald, Brill and Bolo. A young Swiss forward, another Swiss player in this Gladbach side that looked like he was going to be the next big thing, didn't he? A few years ago. But he picked up an ACL injury, and that sort of ruined him a bit, didn't it? Unfortunately. Still only about 24 years of age, though, I think. Mbolo was playing at 18 years of age in the Euros, wasn't he, for Switzerland? Here's Elvedi. Elvedi once again. Jan Sommer. Ooh. Taking risks, aren't they, at the back? Gladbach. Here's Ginter, Kramer. Lazaro. Good ball. Zakaria, good feet. Hoffman. Back he goes, though, to Lazaro. And that's Gladbach's problem. Ginter playing a forward pass. Again, City's pressing, driving Gladbach back. Neuhaus, wonderful ball. Thought it was offside there, City. Is Hoffman with a shot. Surely offside, the player. Well, every City player thought Hoffman was offside there. And I think the Gladbach players did as well, even Hoffman himself, apart from the linesman. He didn't give it. Gladbach have gone back again. Elvedi. Tries to go over the top against Cancelo, doesn't work. Cancelo sells Gundogan short. Kramer. Slides in on Gundogan, wins the ball back. Ginter. Back he goes to Elvedi. Elvedi over the top. Ooh, here comes Kramer. Not sure what to do though. He has to go backwards. Can't play the ball forwards. Elvedi. He goes for a switch of play. Foden can't win it. Lazaro. Kramer again in this right hand side, sorry. Here's Lazaro. Just got nowhere to go. City just penning them in. Ginter. Cross into the box. Cleared away by Laporte with his head. Zakaria loses out to Jesus in the air. He takes it down his chest and he plays a lovely ball over the top to Phil Foden. Lazaro's give it away. City back in possession though with Jesus. On the counter now. Rodri. What a ball over the top to Riyad Mahrez. Here comes Riyad Mahrez. Cuts inside. Mahrez. Oh, he's got 3 Gladbach men round him. Zakaria comes in. Oh, brilliant skill from Riyad Mahrez. His first touch let him down there, Riyad Mahrez. He could have been through on goal. But he did well to retain possession for City with a good little drag back behind his standing leg. Walker. Mahrez. A forward-thinking player, Riyad Mahrez. Not necessarily always the best, but it's good to see. Here's Cancelo on the left-hand side for City. Back he goes to Aymeric Laporte. Diaz. Bernardo Silva. He's through the middle now as well. Walker. Diaz. City are waiting for Gladbach to come onto them. Gundogan lays it off to Rodri. Good pass by Diaz as well in the build-up there. And he goes wide to Joao Cancelo. There is Cancelo. He's got Foden running down the wing. Cancelo. Little shimmy. Dinks one in. Brilliant. Dink into Gundogan. Foden with a shot over the bar. Brilliant football again. And who do you think's creating that chance? It's Joao Cancelo. Lifts the ball into Gundogan into the box. It's a brilliant pass. Gundogan nods it down with his head to Foden, who tries the shot with his left foot into the near post top corner. But Cancelo, the weight of pass is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable from Joao Cancelo. And I don't think we can even contemplate giving man of the match to anyone else but Joao Cancelo. I suppose he could score 2 on goals now, couldn't he, before the end of the game? But I can't see it happening. Here's Laporte. Rodri. Wide to Cancelo. Could we see Sergio Aguero come on today as well? Still not made an appearance for City yet. Not played once for City, has he really, this season? Came back and got injured pretty much straight away. Then he had all the COVID issues. Not looking good for Sergio at the moment, unfortunately. Gundogan. Great pass out wide to Aymeric Laporte. Foden. Little 1-2 with Laporte. Rodri. Cancelo. Foden. Oh, this is... City are toying with Gladbach now. Really are. Little 2-yard passes. Gladbach just can't get near and they're putting pressing on. But they press and they can't do anything about it. Thuram went to press Walker there. Gundogan wide to Mahrez. Little ball over the top to Kyle Walker. Here he comes, Kyle Walker, into the box. Using his physicality here, Kyle Walker, and he's done really well. Had a good game tonight, Kyle Walker. Mahrez. Well, Thuram's got hold of Riyad Mahrez there. Didn't let him get away from him. Another substitution for City, and it's Ferran Torres. Good to see Ferran come on. And it's Sergio Aguero. Sergio's coming on. Well, things are about to get very exciting. So Ferran Torres comes on for Phil Foden. And it looks like Sergio's going to come on. Finally, with 10 minutes left to play. So Ferran Torres on for Phil Foden on that left-hand side. And a return for the club legend, Sergio Aguero. He's on up front for Gabriel Jesus. Great to see him back. I'm hoping for no injury. He's got black hair again, Sergio. No white hair anymore. Looks quite odd. Only his 10th game of the season for Sergio Aguero, which shows how the injuries have affected him. But if he gets back and scoring, that contract's going to come out on the table straight away, surely. Here's Ferran. Gundogan. Cancelo. Gundogan to Ferran. He's looking taller, Ferran Torres. It's like he's grown a bit, isn't it? I don't think he's ever been quite short, actually. He is quite tall, Ferran Torres. Diaz. Laporte. Diaz. Walker. Bernardo Silva. Back he goes to Walker. They're trying to press City. Gladbach, it's not working. They can't stop us, can they? They cannot stop us. Too good. 10 minutes to go. Aguero's first touch on the ball here. He drops deep. Oh, look at Sergio go here. Wins a throw in. Dribbling past players, Sergio Aguero there. They were pushing him, pulling him. Linda says, here comes the main man. At last, Sergio. He looks fresh, doesn't he? I don't think the injury is going to affect him. I think he's going to come back and be absolutely class again. They've just got to get him the game time and get him back to match sharpness. Rodri under pressure here, back to Ederson. Ederson goes long to Mahrez. Loses it in the area, Mahrez. Walker wins it back though. Cancelo. Free kick on City for a push on Joao Cancelo by Denis Zakaria. Need to get Sergio a goal, don't we? City have got to give him a new contract. They've got to give him a new contract. I know this idea of no passengers at the club and it won't keep him on if he doesn't play well. He'll score goals no matter what, Sergio Aguero. He'll always score goals. Here's Diaz. Walker, back he goes to Ederson. Rodri. Cancelo. Gundogan. Does well. Laporte. Aguero. Oh, brilliant little back heel by Sergio. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Into Ferran Torres. Little touch. Break touch. Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez tries to shoot with his right foot at the near post. A good save by Sommer. The angle got narrowed down so much by Mahrez as he took it onto his right foot. Lovely little back heel from Sergio Aguero though. Mahrez, I think he should have, for the first time, gone back on his left foot. How often we say that? Should have took it on his left foot, Riyad Mahrez there. On we go though. Still 2-0. Two little moments of, glimpses of Sergio Aguero being back. One a little back heel, nice little link-up play and taking players on. To me, he looks in perfect condition, doesn't he? Looks fresh. Gladbach play out from the back. Sergio's marking Jan Sommer. No chance for him to go back to the keeper. Elvedi sends it long. Good little knockdown by Mbolo. Counter-attack for Gladbach here. Great space for Hoffman. Gladbach are in here. Here's Hoffman up against Cancelo. Down in the box. No penalty given. VAR will check this. It could be a penalty, that. Here's Mahrez. Bernardo Silva. They kick the ball out. Well, it could be a penalty here for Gladbach. Be very unlucky if so. It was no more than the penalty that happened at the other end on Raheem Sterling here. We'll see it at Hoffman against Cancelo. Oh. Shucks himself on the floor under... I think it could be a penalty. There's nothing in it though, is there? Really. He puts a bit of an arm on Hoffman. Hoffman goes down like he's been shot. Surely that's not a penalty, but the UEFA referees tend to give these, don't they, against City? Well, Peter Walton's on, and he said Hoffman's initiated the contact. He has, and Hoffman's down like he's broke his sternum here under the slightest of touch by Cancelo on his chest. He was looking for the penalty, Hoffman. He cut inside Cancelo from the left-hand side, and when he cut inside, he knew that he couldn't get his shot off, so he just went down. He just went down really easily. Gladbach won't be getting a penalty. Replay the second goal here. Cancelo's ball over the top to Bernardo. Lovely little deft header down, wasn't it? Deft touch, they call it. Into Jesus, who throws his left leg at it. Well played, Gabriel Jesus. Be quite a bit of added time here, I think, if Hoffman stays down. I wonder if Hoffman thinks the longer he stays down, the more they'll look at the penalty. Pep Guardiola having a bit of a laugh there with Juan Malillo. First time we've seen Pep smile, I think, today. Been very unhappy at times. Pep's having a chat with the fullback of Gladbach. Martin Keown said City are not that good because they've won nothing this season. That's why you listen to me and not listen to the commentary here, because Martin Keown is an idiot. You know, just because you played football, I know people think that it means that you know everything about football, but just because you play it doesn't mean you know everything about it. You know what I mean? And you know, Joe Cole. Does Joe Cole really know much about football? Is he actually a good sort of commentator? I don't think so. I don't think Martin Keown is either. But BT Sports seem to have all the best, don't they? Keown, Cole, McManaman. Hoffman's limping off like he's had his leg shattered here. Not sure what's happened there. 86 minutes. Now, about 4 minutes of added time on. Here's Kyle Walker bringing the ball forward for City. Oh, great burst of pace. Walker on the attack. Oh, nasty tackle on Kyle Walker here. No foul for that. That's a nasty tackle by the Gladbach fullback on Walker. You'll see it here. It goes flying in. Doesn't even touch the ball. Doesn't even touch the ball. Not been given as a free kick. The referee just gives it as a throw-in. Looked like a nasty challenge that, didn't he? He didn't get the ball. Kyle Walker kicked it away. Gladbach in possession with Elvedi here. On the edge of his own box. Like he's been most of the game. In the box or on the edge of it. Walker intercepts that one. Neuhaus. Little 1-2 the fullback. Elvedi to Sommer. City. Look at the press from City. So aggressive. They're struggling. Gladbach. Bernardo wins it back. Brilliant. Mahrez. Oh, foul by his fellow Algerian. And Riyad Mahrez here. Free kick for Manchester City. 88 minutes played. Bernardo did really well there. Clear foul on Riyad Mahrez. And he's going to be the one to take this cross and whip one in. Ruben Diaz having a good talk here with Gundogan over how he wants the free kick putting in. Loasis, good night everyone, good stream. Thank you very much, Loasis. It's been great to have you. Hope to see you at the weekend for Manchester City versus West Ham. It's an early one on the weekend as well. I think it's about a 12:30 kickoff. Here's Gundogan. Mahrez. Swings it in, there's Mahrez! Ooh, in towards the keeper, punched away. I've noticed we've gone down in subscribers, 605. It's a shame. Oh, Bernardo Silva with a poor pass. Straight out for a throw-in for Gladbach. Here's Zakaria, good pressing from Ferran Torres. Still another throw-in for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Kramer, straight into Rodri, Bernardo, Gundogan, Rodri, Gundogan. City do finally go backwards. Try to work it there to get backwards. He's Aymeric Laporte. Wide to Joao Cancelo. Back to Laporte, and Laporte looks like we go back to Ederson here, which he does. City look like they'll take a 2-0 against Gladbach today. A 2-0 going back to the Etihad. Here's Ferran Torres, lovely little back heel, doesn't quite work. Cancelo picks up the ball now, into Rodri. Rodri with a poor touch, he's done well though. And Real Madrid have just scored, 86th minute. Ferland Mendy has scored against Atalanta. So they lead 1-0. And there's 3 minutes of added time. I thought it would have been more, to be fair. But only 3 minutes of added time. 90 minutes is up. Here's Rodri. Can City nick a third before the final whistle? Diaz brings the ball forward for City. Kyle Walker. A third would, I think, kill this game off going back to the Etihad. But we'll have to see. Here's Laporte. Rodri. Good ball inside to Sergio Aguero. Picks the ball up to Cancelo. Poor pass by Sergio. Bit of miscommunication there with Cancelo. But Gladbach give it straight back to Rodri, and he gives it straight back to Gladbach. A chance for them to nick a goal before the end of the game. Thuram. Look at the overlapping run there by the fullback, and Kyle Walker deals with it really well. City have got men on now on the counter. Mahrez. Into Walker. Look at Kyle Walker go. Like a steam train, Kyle Walker here. Wide to Ferran. Ferran shoots and it's blocked. He threw his body at that. I'm not sure who that was. Was it Elvedi or Ginter? Chucked his body at that. He's gone down. Looked like it hit him straight in the head, I think. Looks like he's struggling with that one. Oh, it's his foot. Maybe he's twisted his ankle, I suppose. Ginter. The shot from Ferran Torres came off his toes. Yeah, he's actually hurt his leg. He's hit him. Ferran Torres hit that shot so hard. It's really into Ginter's foot. And Kramer's gone down with cramp here in his hamstring. Ginter looks like he's struggling with that right ankle. Of course, the return leg will be played at the Etihad 2 weeks from now. Still down on the floor is Christoph Kramer. Going to go off here. Here's Kyle Walker. Not long of this game left here. Surely it's going to end 2-0 unless City can nick one. Well, Gladbach can, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Gladbach are going to see the ball for the last 30 seconds of this game. Rodri. Walker. Diaz. Laporte. Wide to Bernardo Silva, good play. Bernardo back to Laporte. City so calm in possession now. They know the game's theirs. They know they've won this first leg. Rodri. Oh, suicide pass from Rodri. Chance. Oh, great save by Ederson. Rodri, just to the last kick of the game, set their player up here. Terrible, terrible pass. Luckily, Ederson, nice and awake. Wolf got played in by Rodri. And Ederson makes a really, really good save there by Ederson. And that is full time. Manchester City 2, Gladbach 0. So City take a 2-0 lead back to the Etihad. It could have been 2-1 there. And of course, man of the match will always go for that performance to Joao Cancelo. Absolutely incredible. performance he had, and it pretty much 8s and probably 9s all around. Every player, rating-wise, was fantastic today. Even the substitutions had a really good game. And Gary Ramsden was right at last, he says. Her prediction correct. Gary predicts the 2-0 win. So well done, Gary. And well done, City, of course. You're right. He predicted that one right. Did anyone else predict a 2-0? I think it was just Gary. Let me know in the comments if you predicted 2-0. I think Gary is the winner of today's prediction with that 2-0 he predicted. So well done to you, Gary. That's the first one, I think, that you've got right, isn't it? Probably the first one we've had on the channel, really. Don't have many. Right, so we finished the day with 605 subscribers as well. So thank you very much. We've gone up by 3 over today's stream. And Manchester City have gone up by 2 in goals against Gladbach in this tie, going back to the Etihad. And surely City will finish the job in 2 weeks' time. Of course, we're going to be live again. City versus West Ham this weekend. I think it's on Saturday at 12:30 kickoff. So we'll be live on this channel from 12 o'clock. I will be on here talking from around 12:15. So do remember to join us. Of course, remember to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers and we're getting there little by little. We're getting closer and closer. And that's really good. So thank you very much to everyone for that. It was a really good game, wasn't it? The second half, City really did control the game. Didn't let Gladbach do anything, really. Gladbach had 3 good chances, more than the first half, but that didn't work out for them. And City with a 2-0 win going away in the Champions League. So we're back on the weekend, like we said, and hopefully, just hopefully, City can do better in the Champions League this season. So thank you very much for everyone for listening. I've enjoyed being on here again, and it's gone well. City have won. I don't think we've commentated on a game where City have lost yet. So City in a good position in the Champions League now. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.